Salon people and then party them. Sarah Jem Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Bebe program then like Salon discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour and the Gladi program, Look Me, I Look You. All this they start soon na www.sarahjemmedia.org. Now who's tem these?
The total population of Sierra Leone in 2019 was stated approximately at 7.8 million. And the most common cancer reported in 2018 was breast cancer, with an incidence rate of 25.1% and a mortality rate of 19.2%. Ward 2 at the Connaught Hospital, Freetown, is a female surgical ward that cares for patients requiring breast surgery, chemotherapy, and palliative care. General surgery also admits to the ward as see fit. The ward is in need of a significant refurbishment and has a major impact on patient assessment and delivery of treatment, dignity, comfort, and infection control measures. The current ward area presents a significant challenge to infection control. There is no fit for purpose or adequate personal hygiene facilities. The showers and sanitary areas are in poor condition and are difficult to clean. The flooring is deteriorated. Overall deco and fabric of the walls need repair and full decoration. Furniture, cupboards, and shelving require replacement. The sluice, known to be the dirty utility room, is in poor condition and needs replacing. Windows need to be replaced as current windows bring in draughts, dust, debris, mosquitoes, and rodents. There is no designated area to provide a day service for patients receiving chemotherapy. Medical supplies is desperately needed. Therefore, we need a total amount of £15,000, which is equivalent to 195 million leones, for this project. This project will focus on women diagnosed with breast cancer and other non-malignant breast abnormalities requiring one or more of the treatment modalities that are currently available. We will also set up a day unit for the administration of chemotherapy and provide training and development to ensure sustainability. Therefore, I am pleading to all individuals, organizations, and local businesses, and every Sierra Leonean and friends of Sierra Leone to make a meaningful contribution that will never go in vain. Ways to contribute will be seen at the end of this clip. I am Usifu Jalloh of the Health Show Partnership Program. Remember, your health is your wealth.
When I was young, a lot of things were different. Unfortunately, most of the differences seen now are heartbreaking and are not good at all.
Before now, men were strong protectors of the weak, fathers, brothers, lovers, sons. Their mere presence guaranteed the safety of women and children.
But what do we do now?
Men harassing and raping women.
Men sexually abuse little girls.
Men battering and killing their wives.
Any form of sexual assault, be it rape, sexual abuse, or pedophilia, is a killer to human self-esteem.
Women should stop dying in silence.
Speak now.
The rapist should be stigmatized, not the victim.
I think death sentence should be the consequence of such terrible acts.
And you mothers, build confidence in your children, put trust in them, listen to them when they make reports, and take necessary actions.
Talking of mothers before now, women were virtuous.
They were mothers, daughters, and sisters.
Nurturing, counseling, supporting their men folks.
But now,
Women are trafficking female children for money.
Women are forced to be silent.
all this must stop, and it must stop now.
Real men do not abuse, rape, or molest women and children. It is barbaric, unacceptable.
let all real men stand with us.
Together, let's say an emphatic no to rape, sexual abuse, pedophilia, and domestic violence.
Nina Yvonne Akisoya, and 11th May 2021 make me 3 years we are on day in office. I say let I come and tell Fritonians them una boku boku tenki for way una elect me and una give me this mandate for serve una. But I not just want to tell una tenki for when I elect me, I want to tell una tenki for when I don't work with me and work with the councillors, work with the staff of Freetown City Council, work with so many stakeholders, including the central government, the international partners, the local partners. I want to tell una, the Freetonians, and thank you, but I want to tell all the other groups and the Boku Boku Tenki. Together, we embark on a journey for Transform Freetown, and in nobody not been say it go easy. We published the plan in January 2019, and then in January 2020, we published our first year report, and then in January 2021, we don't publish with 2-year report. Inside the reports and day, you go able for read in much more detail, waiting we don't achieve. But family them, I still I just share today some of the things that really make me heart gladdy pan this walk here. One thing we're really glad about, now the wastewater treatment plant where we don't build na King Tom. This is not the first time ever in the history of Salone for let we get the thing we come on the toilet. Instead of it just gonna grow na King Tom, it actually go into a plant where they get for separate the solid from the liquid and get for treat them and waiting get for come out can go towards manure. It can now be safely, the liquid can now safely be disposed into the waterways. Another practical thing we are so glad for, now this urban farming project, we bring over 300, in fact we start with 300, now we add another 200 women them. We now at them backyard them and in community level, particularly in the deprived communities.
And you can create this, what you give, the okra they come up, they will plant them.
The women they do farming projects where go benefit them picking them for get more nutritious food, but it go also help them for get small thing at the hand as they sell them in the market. And then their nursery school. Family then go no say we've been done open the one at Congo Water Market for make vulnerable women them and their young picking it under the age of 5 get free quality preschool care. And now we dip and build the second one. We do refurbishment upstairs in the Cretan Road Market, and that facility will be open and available to women and men traders inside Cretan Road Market. Tricycles. Well, then tricycle and they not only then they help for keep we city clean, they also they create employment. We don't create so far over 1,200 jobs with young people then where they go and collect dirty na the streets. And now we get 90 more where they come on stream. So I'm so happy because it increased the capacity for collect dirty. At the same time, it increased the number of people them, young people that we get work. Let not talk and not talk about the transfer station when I did the dirty then they go. So we don't get 4 additional ones, including the one at Lumley, the one at Approved School, the one at Shell, and the one at Allentown. Bele Uman them. Then they all over our community. That journey for going to PCMH, it can challenge bako of them. So we did work for upgrade 5 of we page use them for make them be monk side with side belle woman the able for born. Freetown people them boku people that know say dog na challenge na this city, and so we don't start a program for sterilize, vaccinate the dogs them so that we go get control over dogs and we the ambog motaman, but we the ambog themselves. We go make we city healthier and it go reduce the risk for let people then get us sick with and call rabies. I don't share small about wait we don't do, and over these 3 years, but I just touch the thing in Boku. I go say anybody want for no more. Also go now with Facebook page. We get Freetown City Council Facebook page. We also get Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. You go able for follow we. Let we continue for work together with all we stakeholders for let collectively we transform Freetown. Una, thank you and God bless you.
Na Yvonne, Na Yvonne, talk and go, talk and come. Na
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Sarah Jane Media Show. Welcome once more. But before I go any further, I want to say congratulations to the green, white, and blue as Salonon qualify for the 3rd time for the African Nations Cup competition, where they take place in Cameroon next year, January 2022. This is not the value of what it means to come together and support one nation and make sure that the nation go through and succeed. Football, now one part of our culture we so dearly love. And today, the boys have made us proud. So congratulations to them once more for that kind of serious game where they get and the kind of tension where the game begets for making them go on and off the pitch and still come back and play and get a victory. Congratulations once more. But today is another day. So we welcome you all the way there on the chat, within our Facebook, within our YouTube, to another edition of the Sarah Jane Media platform. We realize, say, there is a lot happening within our communities, a lot happening within our societies, and we need to begin deal with some of the issues there. So once more, we want to say sorry, we apologize because we start this show late if we don't start 8 o'clock prompt. But as you all know, we don't start just win. We still be the celebrate. We know we don't come out of the celebration mood yet. And we begin for canals, you don't ready and put all the meeting together for make sure say the show starts on time. But we'll try, but the celebration will give it a chance. So today, we come introduce a new program to now. We will don't sit down for months and months and months, planning it, arranging it, putting it together, try to make sure so we get the best perform because we will bring out something new where we know for say will be of great benefit to the community. And also, to Sierra Leoneans then way in the diaspora, we need to learn a lot more about Sierra Leone, specifically the thing we make we become Sierra Leoneans, with culture. So with culture, now we can talk about, and we bring the show come to now, where we call the Culture Show. But not to make responsible, that the first day this number today, I they come and sit down to now for the first time for introduce the man himself. We know extensively well about Sierra Leone culture, not just Sierra Leone culture. We also know a lot about the African culture. And you don't can study a lot more about other cultures them all over the world. You don't spend time in India, you don't go Japan, you don't go China, you don't go Belarus, you don't go Germany, you don't go Italy, you don't go Spain, you don't go Holland, just to name a few. And all these areas then we go, now for go portray the culture of the Sierra Leonean people to all them people that's where you don't go meet. And you not just go expose the culture to them, but you also take some of their cultures, you learn some of their cultures, and see how you can intertwine them with we own culture will get. And you're able to see the value of how the Salone culture don't grow and how we for all on with respect. So he decide for say, we for do a culture show. That's where we are here today. So I didn't talk Boku because I know I'm for Bona with me on Boku, Jabla, they wagon me much. But I want to say, I welcome una to the one and only Usifu Jalloh, the Cow Foot Prince on the Sierra Media Platform Live. Over to you, Usifu Jalloh.
See you now. I know be no say una si don't yadi wait for me. Na passa de passo. I come se fado. But where I see una don't see don't so me at don't call. Oh oh me at call. Oh oh me at don't call now. Oh oh me at call. Oh oh me at don't call now. Hey, hey, oh, hey, me people them. I glad you first you now. I know be no say una si don't yadi wait for me. Na passa de passo. I come se fado. But where I see una don't see don't so me at don't call. Oh oh, me at call. Me at don't call now. Oh oh, me at call. Oh oh, me at don't call now. Eva, una cabo. Buato now, lo, buato now. Hey, Piarito you all, Piarito now. Jaramato now. Hey, Mambenato now. Una kushe, una kabo, njarama, buwa, bisie, mpiari seke. This na the culture show. Me na Usifu Jalloh, the Cow Footprints. And we bring this program to una through Sierra Gem Media, the #1 social media site na Sierra Leone. Sierra Gem Media. We collaborate for Sele, we bring this show to una. Well, me on thing we go first say to una na simply this. Kapu sense, no kapu word. Then they go be with slogan throughout this show where we do so. Now, if God give it strength, God give it long life, mene sembe ba masala, as the Limba people go say, if God give it long life by God in strength, by God in power, we want to run this show for as long as it possible for run this show. For the time being, we don't plan up to about 12 episodes them for una. So, throughout this time, me fambulem, I want make una kapu sense, no kapu word. So, make a all word there first. Something Mr. Duba get something we go on for say before we carry on the show.
Well, the Cow Footprints, as I can always say to you, you're an honorable man. And the reason make you say, look, we do the culture show, Now, because you get plenty things where you want for make we learn. You get plenty things where you want for bring across country with community. So we people them, we don't ask beaucoup questions. I'm not saying that he ask you say, well, Yusuf, but what's in our salon culture? And what you can tell when you come across that kind of question and be once in a while in your life, and how people in this guy for bringing you in for you to know whether it's a salon culture. I know for saying now do it. So what's in you want for like you tell people them? Now for like you introduce to them, what's in that some of the reason that we decide say we for come with the culture show now the platform for the people they able for learn. Like when you say Kapu science, not Kapu word. Because we always do use for Kapu the word, they left the sense behind. Now the word now they spec, and they only make use of the sense so don't can get that. But as Sarah Jamie can always say, we need to just do things for fun, but we also put some form of education inside. So we do edutainment, which means you dey learn and then be entertained. And Usifu Jalloh, now the boss for that. It's a bit for do that's the way they call edutainment. So it gives some element of entertainment. It don't start the show with an opening. This show get for show we how Usifu Jalloh don't play with Mami Wata live. So you go only see him live. So Bokutinde, where this we are ready for can tell we ready for can teach we ready for can make we know what's in all them culture also they present, especially the one that when they come off from Kamakuye. Me, I don't know Kamakuye, I know the value of culture. Inside Kamakuye, rain don't beat me 30 minutes, it costs like rain not ever for long. The place is dry, the sun will come out, and I ever see that kind of sign. The inside Kamakuye. And we will do this kind of festival, the Bondo Kali Festival. So I don't be present in Usifu Jalloh in performance system where they teach people them, even the salon people them about their culture. So, brah, the prince, tell me what you make with the brah. You know some of this value you want for can put to it.
All right. First of all, me people them make I just say for me anytime where I sit down for talk about anything we for do with Shalom culture, for me a great honor. What's in a culture? Now we start there first. I know for say we talk this word plenty time. What's in a culture? What is culture? What is heritage? What is tradition? Always this now the things the way beaucoup time we they ask we say. Well, I go put on simple. The simple way I go put on culture. Now we way of life, the way where we express certain belief them where we get. The way we express belief them where we get. So, make a give small example. We believe say, na net, all kinds spirits they come out na net. We believe that in agriculture. So, for mark that belief there, we get certain tradition. The tradition now that when net come, learn for be silent, learn for be respectful. Tradition. The culture now will tell you say, no whistle na net. You see, the thing where we they do for honor the tradition where they demonstrate certain belief, then we get. So you know for whistle na net, if you whistle na net, then say you call devil na net and so on. Because we believe say when net come, it will be silent. And
then get a specific devil where they say you call na net where you whistle. Well, they call our own show.
Yes.
They say when you whistle na net, they call our own show, but we never see our own show turn a kids.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, you know, Daniel, a very interesting topic we'll therefore come to later on in the future episodes with them. We'll therefore discuss all this about Ronsho, Mamiwata, all of them. We'll get a specific episode. We'll therefore deal with African spirituality. Because it's important that we deal with spirituality as well. We life not to just this normal so. We life come out from the Bible say what you see right now, it come out from within you know they see. We now we call spirituality. So within the African culture, we get that aspect there as well. So we get for look into that seriously. So for now, we people then say, no whistle na net. So that become part of the culture where they use for observe that tradition, they for mark that belief, they for say we spirit in a net. And then boku, for example, then go say to you, not sweep na net. If you sweep na net with boom, then say you they take care, you luck go, you they bring bad luck come for you. Then say but no plant you eat on a net, no comb you eat on a net. Back again, then say na bad luck that one day. So we get boku in them, and but all get reason, all get different. Yeah,
if na bad luck nobody make man they sweep na net like a England on po. If you go England, net they clean am ga. So I don't know how England go do.
Well, that, definitely you're right about that. But one thing I want for all to explain, even when we get to this, is that plenty of African culture or African things they always say, the meaning is more tied up with environment, and I want we understand this very, 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 very seriously. African culture, ways of practices, the African way of life, it closely tied up with the earth, like closely tied up. African culture all over believe very strongly, not even just believe, know for say, we not come to this world. And make a say that one more to make me fine. African belief, African knowledge, and the culture we practice. We understand, say, we not come to this world. Instead, we come out from this world. It's like we grow from this earth. We grow from this world. Big difference there. Big difference there. Because when you understand, say, from something you come out from, the way where you they treat that thing, the way you handle that thing, it's different to if you see I'm say, now you come to that thing, or you come pan that thing. Very, very different. So when we begin for look throughout this one whole culture show, we get for begin understand how come, for example, how come African culture practice the way we get, we don't manage for keep this planet Earth for thousands of years. Tick them tin up, water they run, fish boku, bird boku, monkey them boku, all kind them plenty. How come whose kind culture will practice take them boku so versus when we look the culture we get today, the culture the way we practice today, or the culture we popular today. When we look this culture, now young culture, it not even reach 200-year-old self. This culture will depend practice so. In other words, this industrial culture will be practice now. When we look at this culture, no past 200 years, but look the amount of threat where we already face in terms of the planet. So we get for ask we say throughout all the different episodes then, as we examine we culture as Africans, as Sierra Leoneans, waiting at the essence of we culture, waiting at the relevance of we culture, how we culture important to how we maintain we world where we live, we earth, we land. Because if culture no relate to how you maintain your environment, then the culture will eventually it will end up for wipe we out one way or the other. So that's another important aspect that we will get for look at who they talk about this, who get for talk about this, the cultures that we'll get for look at. So I guess the next thing we are going to also say to them that which topic they will get for cover, we'll get for talk about the culture show during the next episodes the way they come. We'll get for talk about languages. How important will languages then be to we? How will language the shape the way we behave? A very important language. How it is shape how we behave. We'll get for talk about food. Then say you are what you eat. That's what Englishman and put up. In other words, what you eat now you be. Yes? So we'll get for talk about food. How important will food be? What kind of rituals they will get around certain type of food then? What do it mean? Why make work in Sidom? Big one, the all man Sidom. If we remember, if we now we go up upline, T-boy, you remember where all man Sidom they eat upline, big one and Sidom they eat, Pekin and Sidom they eat. What not the one first thing where the Pekin and they do?
So you want to say me I go upline?
Bruh, if you not go upline,
Yusuf, you don't gonna disgrace me. Okay, when Pekin and they eat with big man, then the first thing they can say for us, if Pekin or Sabi was in Anne, they eat with big man. So basically, well, now my own culture now. So this is not culture show. We can begin diverse now. In my own culture, the Kono culture, now my own village, Kangama, where are they eat with me big one then? And they always take after they don't take. Then one. Two, when they take, then they pick. Now me for pick the bone them from the fish. Then they take the fish they eat. Then at the culture, Miss Abio, I don't know whether our culture na the Kono side it did because although me na Kono, but I still feel say every different facet of the Kono they practice them differently. But me own village can't come out. With the was we had first find. Now we the old the pan where we they eat for big one and for eat. So now the small thing that I would say first before you begin eat with big one and first, they see how you was here. And then when they begin eat, now you the old the pan for me the pan no move.
Okay.
Now you in the same way.
Well, okay, let's just point something out. Remember this, for say, when Pekin and sit down, then they eat with big one. Of course, all man the was and that one dinner absolute ritual for was and. But all the Pekin then, the young one then, that in the old the pan. The old the pan for make the all man begin for it. Big one, not the old pan for Pekin. The Pekin the old the pan for make the eat. Okay. But we get for ask ourselves again and understand why make all of that. Why make that the Pekin the old the pan? Now, but we camp on food ritual, okay? Because we have to talk about food, but on top of that, there's also ritual there within the around food. One controversial one way, one Jamaican party now point this out to me some time ago. And they talk about food. Now I say, well, we can don't eat them first. Now we would that get the best beef, especially inside free tongue. Who that get the best parts?
Now the papa ain't get the best parts. Me from one small, I don't ever eat chicken leg. Now the food, the arm, and so I mean the fight for kill fall because I mean they eat the neck. But from the I cut fall in coach not die. Now I stop for kill fall. So if I tell you say that's when they small picking they eat. Foods in chicken leg, we know not that chicken leg. Then the people all the beef for the chicken and then go the bone. Who they chicken bone for foods. Now it makes sense they are like for food because they eat for foods.
No, right now for foods not there now. Now what's in there?
For foods there. No, for the same by packets. What I tell you?
No, it's different. It's different. Right now, like chicken foods 9 days. Not for food. Not chicken food. Chicken food's different.
Okay, no go.
We have to understand that. Now, I make a so laugh today. But right now, chicken food and chicken food fat. And
Yusuf, you are just so funny enough, you don't get flesh.
No, there's no difference there. I'll tell you now. Because with chicken na bodybuilder. Chicken na bodybuilder. Fall na athlete. So
Yusuf, this is not the one of the show, I beg, please.
If not lie, I the lie.
Let that fall kick you. Yusuf.
The place was here.
Family, don't mind the car food, please. This is not the first day of the show. Now I can't keep people on laugh. Not to laugh business. This is not serious.
Look, if not lie, yeah. If not lie, I the lie. Oh, if not lie, I the lie, yeah. Try for runata chicken. Chicken not able to run. Chicken need to catch and quick. Where chicken do I car? Where chicken do I car? Bean. Hey, in footstep the way they make. Now I make chicken not the sleep, now they will fall coop. If chicken sleep there, it broke the chicken with the put. So chicken.
Yusuf. Femi, I will take a break. Yusuf, now I make her continue the show.
I don't know. We're going to make this distinction because chicken where in the waka every step. They, say okay. They're supposed to get 3 foot. They're supposed to get 3 foot way back like a zoo. Well, chicken every step where chicken take. In your 3 foot, now double fall foot. Now fall foot. Now athlete. So if you don't believe, try run at a fall.
Balance.
Where fall the run?
If you check, all the gas in the pull and come out. Now serious talk in the talk so. I remember back in the days, the difference between for make you go catch fall and chicken is very difficult. Because the chicken, you run out for literally half an hour, sometimes for 1 hour.
Yes.
For catch that fall day. Because as you say, that athletes, if they run, it's a big balance, it's a big check, it's a big you cut away them. When you say go check, you begin to say don't catch them. And when you're ready for blow, it waits for you. As he snaps himself, snap. As you take off to himself, take off.
You see the difference? Okay. When you try for kill fall, he refuse for die. He tower, he no die. He no for say this one. But chicken not be seen. Chicken not get brain. Chicken in just in na big full no more. Chicken no, it just the waka no more. So and so
the difference, sure.
Difference there. So when we can begin look at food, as I say, we have to look at the rituals behind food as well. So what in this paper they say, just before we go off on this tangent, Fambule, now so we have to enjoy the culture show. We have to try bring the fun out of it. We have to try bring as well the seriousness out of it. But as the people then, Migraniki always tell me, Migraniki say, ticklish them. When the mouth open with laugh, you put the truth inside it. So to a large extent, and then we go for the try for do. Now, this me Jamaican party, when I tell and say, well, we can don't force, we can don't cook. We papa na they get the best beef, the chicken, the rest, all that they put for her. He say the part they tell and say the part that they eat first before we the people they come. Now, as somebody will grow up now, the United Kingdom, he be shocked. She was shocked, like what's it? So what's in that with the picking then? Now the picking on the feet last? I say yes. Now, interesting enough. Me not see anything major about that. But from this me Padeon point of view, he see that incredibly serious. Now he said to me, wait by Yusuf. When I not realize say, that big adult, he already don't grow up, he don't live in life, he gets energy. The Pekin now is supposed to forget the nutrient. Now you need the nutrient because in there for grow, in brain gets for grow. So to me, that's now one of the things that we, in terms of how they look at the culture show, we therefore begin examining some parts temper with culture where maybe we need for redress, where maybe we need for change. We need for think about them carefully. Because culture always the evolve, always the adapt, always the change. Tradition remains. But how we express that tradition, now they will get for being adapt, now the change. I hope so that you understand me.
One thing I want to say in the chat, the king, they talk to the prince. He said it depends on the fall. You say you get check fall, you get brown fall, then you get rope fall. But we can't say that the whole use by the fall in the description. But go ahead. I just want to highlight and almost say different type of folding. But look, we go. It is like the culture show, we get Waku for land.
We get Tolong, that Tolong fall.
Tolong fall.
That Tolong fall.
They can call and Guinea fall sometimes. Tolong fall.
Yes, that Tolong fall in there. I say that's the next number.
But you don't see that Tolong fall in a fall when they dynamo, so they kill her always.
But and that neither the more man for the fall then.
That's the word.
But that's why they will get for each that side there.
All right, no problem.
Tolong fall. Now, so let's move forward. So as I say, we get for look food and the rituals then being food. We get for look clothing. Clothing very important as well. But when we talk of culture and how they express ourselves. Rituals then they being clothing as well. And we get for look down there from Ronco to the Mende traditional clothing. We get for look down in there to the Kabaslot and Kotoku. Plenty people with the more Kabaslot, Kotoku. Oh, we don't really know waiting a Kabaslot, waiting a Kotoku, waiting a petticoat. Even when we talk about print, plenty people that actually don't know waiting na print. You see, and importantly we know all them things there, so let we know how to value them. So we're going to talk about clothing, and we're going to talk about clothing in relation to the design that we depend the clothing as well. Because clothes they not get designed just because one puts design no more. Specific designs then they. And that one with that there as well, we're going to extend all the way for places like Ghana and Nigeria and Kenya, and they bring guests them from different countries around Africa, where they say they can explain a little bit more about then different aspects of culture then regarding clothing and food and so on. We're going to look music. Music important. Today, the one music where we know as cultural music in Sierra Leone, where as soon as somebody say cultural music, then they talk about Bembeshke, or they will talk of Bubu, or they talk of Ngumbe. But in Sierra Leone, we get so many different types of musical genres there, or musical style. Musical style that within Sierra Leone. We get plenty. And importantly, we look the one in there as well. Because I know for say, whenever we sit down for discuss about Sierra Leone music industry, the very first question when they come up, what's in a Sierra Leone music bar? What's in a Sierra Leone style music? That's not the first question when they come up. Well, we go get forget an episode where we go focus just on Sierra Leone cultural music. What in them be? Who said them come? The instruments they use. All that we get to look at. By Sembeba Masala, by the strength of God, we get for invite people like a King Masco them. We get for invite quite a few other popular musicians them within Sierra Leone, some big allejo them. We invite them and say come on this show, then we can talk more about Sierra Leone music. I go invite other musicians them from Nigeria, where they say we can talk of their own, because Salon music not only tap no more just not Salon. It relates to Nigeria, it relates to Ghana, it relates to South Africa, it relates to Congo, it relates to Kenya. All that what I'm with they we get. But we're not just stop na Sierra Leone music. We also get for look, as I've been say earlier, on spirituality. Sierra Leone spirituality, African spirituality, and religion. We get for discuss that one day back. And I know for say that one day. Now I get for bring to attend the Edat from Boku people there. Because when we camp and as T-Boy say, we get for talk about Mami Wata. Bang, 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 who that na Mami Wata? We get for address that subject there. Plenty for we don't hear about Mami Wata. With man, they will say mermaid. But we get for address that particular subject. It's very important that we address them. Waiting African spirituality. Then when we done that one day, we will look African spirituality in relation to Christianity and in relation to Islam. How they all mix together. We make Salon now one of the unique countries there inside West Africa. We say Muslim, we fast month car, then go cook pap, then shave to the Christian there. Then when Christmas come, the Christian, then say they go cook then jollof rice. Then jollof rice, excuse me, then shave them to the Muslim them. Me only thing where I don't know right now, T-Boy United for help me. What then they say gone dry now? And no, because the last time where I go free tongue, for let you see smoke, they come out in the kitchen these days na free tongue, it's not funny. So I don't know if the shape still they go because gone dry.
Well, on that note, I go say when the gone dry, the smoke they come out when they don't announce the new pope. It means when somebody don't put something na the the fire pot for make the ground soak. So the ground dry now an element for say better no day, money no day. So now make the fire start really burn too much. But I think that now other topic we therefore come into again on the culture show.
Yes.
Where they deal with the other areas of families and cultural cohesion. We are thinking other important way we don't put span the topics that we therefore can talk about.
Exactly.
Oh, go ahead.
And I think, excuse me, folks, I think it's very important because when we talk of culture, plenty time we can forget about family values and community values. Then they're very, very important. And you know, I get the privilege for spending some time with King Masco. Now Hastings. When I go Hastings, the short time where I go spend with King Masco na the community day. The first thing where I notice na the community, they can't respect what they get for King Masco. Then I begin to ask myself, why make them respect King Masco so much? You see, because plenty time somebody within a community, where they affect the community, better one. Then they talk too much. And the people and they talk for her. Now that's I go see na Hastings Koro one. And then they're important because when you do something, not only they grab, they go blow you on. The community, then they recognize, this is they do something, and they go begin talk you on. We'll therefore address that one day when we come to community values and family values. And make we begin understand how we they recognize, if at all, how they recognize good people them now in community. Because it's very important for we, if we build with culture in terms of the family and the community culture, we get for learn how to recognize the people them where they contribute positively. When I go agree with me, say, when we look salon today, we celebrate Steve Mandel. As long as we see and say no more, it cut out, like I say, again, nice, big, four-wheel drive, on a JC, it just turn up no more, we celebrate. Hey, na lawyer this, hey, na doctor that. Sometimes na the most unlucky person. But we still celebrate them because we feel to say we don't get lawyer this or doctor this on a JC. So we get for understand waiting now we measuring yardstick. We go make we respect somebody. You know, we can't forget the measuring stick. Now money, on a way passing a big motor car, on a because you don't cook, you don't give now one bag rest. Waiting at the yardstick we get now with community for make we say this person deserve to be honored. Like I say, when I go na Hastings and spend time with King Masco, are able to see exactly the kind of yardstick we for use for measure. We're going to talk about that inside this culture show where they come up very well soon. Make I just stop there because before plenty of things and we'll get for talk where I want to bring up that we get for talk about. I mean, like I say, dance, for example, we get for talk about dance. And to me, if you all know me as a an artist, dance now one of the most important things then for me. In fact, in India, they say dance now the way for express the exuberance of the divine nature. Dance now the way for express Yusuf to God. Now I make them say in India, all the gods then they dance. But now let we come to Africa. Now we're not able to understand why make every single one of we masquerade then they dance. But you see, if you don't understand, you can just feel to say, the devil not come up for dance because the word that they will do, the devil will not come up for dance. There's a reason we make then they dance. All that we get for go through, we'll give for look at masquerades them. Within this culture show. So make us stop there first. Maybe T-Boy want to say something else extra there.
Well, I just want to add to the contribution of some of the other elements of the show. We get for start soon. We get for do it births and deaths ceremony. So basically, when people are born, whose kind of ceremony they perform, when they perform that ceremony, we person die, what it mean, what they can say for 7 days, 3 days, then they say wake keeping, then say some man go drink coffee. Why all them things and they necessary? Like a couple of days or weeks ago, we say one day man we tower when we forgo. Some of the values behind that, what has gone wrong, what are the reasons they can make sometimes the cops thinking tower or the cops in the tower, what's not the reason we can make some thinking they people and they go back to the grave and go for libation for the one that we don't die, for forgiveness. People when they born, some culture are crying they cry because they never say they don't born you into the world of sin. Some people they celebrate, some people they gladly, some people in the way you married, the way you born, how much value things they can't give you for just saying more thank you for giving us a child. Some people in there they born, but the value of boy picking it means so much to them than girl picking. All those form of discrimination in birth and death, why it happen and why we foresee and say this should not be or this should be. And bring kind of discussion around NNC now one of the topics in India as well. And then we also get wedding and coronation ceremonies. Weddings then, different types of weddings. All the cultures then get a wedding and practice them differently. The Menegat in your culture, the Timini man they married for reason, the Fulaman they married for reason, and how they married and they go together, what thing they do, what they perform their marriage their marriage ceremonies them, the different reason why they give calabash, what thing they inside the calabash, the essence of the thing they were inside the calabash. Now then different cultures than they. In the Christian way, why make they do engagement? You do engagement with Bible. And then kind of have thing in the reason behind all them kind of traditional practices and they don't do, then we get for begin talk about them. Also, when it comes to coronation ceremony, then they crown chief, then they crown aid man, then they crown you leader in your community. Just like how Usifu don't talk earlier on, what he make for, then they see the value behind somebody, like how we go Hastings, where you see the value behind how they hail King Masco. How do they give that kind of honor? What thing they make you deserve that kind of honor? Do we have to celebrate people, giving them the authority for say that they can't lead we just because we feel to say we like you, or you actually merit that? All them small community things, then they really make a difference in how we do with coronation ceremonies then. Also, we look at artifacts, some of the values of the cultural stuff they will get with traditional carvings, then we waste bead, we hang them. We farmers them, waiting in the farm for. How do they wake up in the morning for going to farm? Some of the tools they use, are they still practical, traditional tools being used? Why didn't they change the form of tools then? Why they get certain tools then? So some of the artifacts they will get in Sierra Leone, some of the values of those artifacts, we get blacksmiths them. Blacksmith don't seem to be existing anymore. How will they get we pot them? First we say Congo for pot, Congo for spoon. These are all things that mean so much cultural significance to us. Why are they not in existence anymore? Why we don't abandon them for the European system of spoons, fork, and knife? All them things they get for make a lot of difference in how we value we culture and how we culture don't depreciate, or it hasn't depreciated. Or they usually make we culture go down this kind of level way. They now because of we not create any kind of value from or we create value of them. What's in that they using will be the way then ring them with blacksmith than they make before. Are we not in favor of those rings anymore? Then they call them Moriman ring. Then they were getting to call on the way they wrap like a rope cord. People they wear them. Waist bead. The reason why make woman in the wear waist bead. All things then they is now back into culture. Why are they bringing it back into existence now? Is it for a different reason compared to the reason where they use it for before? Traditional hairstyles. So we got to look at all them kind of stuff then they. What's it make them they plants people and all go up 3 firestone, 1 candong, then call them chicken pox or 1 dot or 2 dots. All the elements then we got to see what's the value behind them. What's in the reason we make all the die outs? Why we don't come into the European system of adapting the different forms of hairstyle? What's wrong with you? Now Afro don't become something of the past again. Where many people want to go back and comb there and do the hair to Afro. First, the woman not been get really any reason why make them before they do the hair left and so. But now the culture is evolving. Are they bringing back the same old culture? Is it being recycled? We need to know about all anything then we come to architecture. What is the value of the architectural designs then? Why would they use cold force? Why would they build house with mud? Some of those reasons why we not for the build house with certain things and way not to we own culture that. Because sometimes in the we climate is extremely hot. Is that why people when they build house with mud? Now the reason when they build house with stick and chalk out with mud, while they build house now with thatch house without using zinc or using concrete. So all of them cultural values they have nothing about to say will make so much difference in real life if we get the man himself for council don't for talk about them. He don't mention the masquerades and secret societies. Well, that is one of the most controversial, that is one of the most crucial, that is one of the most engaging, that is one of the most questionable topic of discussion when it comes to Sierra Leone culture. Masquerade, is it something of juju? Something we for abolished because it's demonic or it's satanic, or is it the value of the culture for people for maintenance? Thing where for practice because you're not Christian or you're not Muslim. Secret societies. What are the values of those secret societies? Why is it that the West have a lot of different forms of secret societies, but they embrace it? Why don't we give values to ours? What's in the difference? We know the guys who don't talk about their secret society they do, but begin explain about them in detail. So, because guess what? We can't afford to do that because otherwise we will break the culture of the secrecy. Why it's called a secret society. So if you're interested, you want to be part of it, that's why you actually need to go and join. If you are for join, as you age of 18, you have the right to go and do so. That's fine. So there is a lot of stuff where being at the kitty for this particular cultural show. But as still at the introduction, we also get for begin look at religion and spirituality, like how the Kafut say the value of religion. It talk earlier on in the opening say Africans believe say na come we come on earth. Am I right, the Kafut?
No, that we come off from the earth.
We come up from the earth.
We come to this earth.
Yeah. So
because, with people like you always say, just make that line there.
No problem.
Generally, you hear people and always say, when I came to this world, that's what some people are saying. When I came to this world, no, we not come to this world. We come out from this world. That's not the African perception, and it's very important. We go for look that one there and what that truly mean, and how just the thinking. How the thinking, the shape, how we behave to the earth. And I therefore look that one in context to the European way of looking at it, we then look and say the European context, their own culture, they look like I say, they no belong na this earth. It's like I say, then come on other side, then come. So, you will hear somebody say, somebody go say, I have a body. They go say, this is, my body. Yeah, I have a body. A different way you say, I am a body. Me na body. Na different thing. You understand me? It just like I say as well, you get apple. You take the apple, but you forget say the apple day, na branch, na stem, na leaf. Also the apple, na dirty. You see, I think, so African spirituality, they look things in that way. Now if we see tick, African man go see tick tin up. It go say that tick they not cut a sacred tick that one day. Or this stone, but the other relative spirituality, they look at whether not the Christian way or whether not the European way with their own culture, then they look. Then not they look that way, they like for say, me na the tick na me. Me na the stone na me. But like I say, we go for examine then topic then they much more in depth. And when we understand anything and they I think it's just about appreciation. Not all man go say go probably accept say na so or agree, not to accept, agree. But we get to understand how certain things then don't operate before. For make we know why make we do what we did today and know how therefore move forward.
Right, thank you very much. And the last but not the least for the first 11 episode of this culture show, the political culture. We get the traditional versus modern rulers. Sierra Leone is running a two-tier system, constitutional law and customary. So basically, that's not the first 11 episode of the Cultural Show brought to you by Usifu Jalloh on several media platform. I think the Oba of Charlton don't sit down for too long. And instead gets in your cultural attire today. You have for country, we say instead you create man of funny. But guess what? This show get for can show you a lot of the cultures then where the thief cultures them from all the other cultures then Bianca and claim to that they own. But we can't begin find out the origin of their culture they have so because we want to know who say Ronko come out and how it start. All of us who get Ronko because the mama gets up, Minde man gets up, Loco man gets up, Dizzy man gets up. Print. I don't see the first man we like print, but that is yet to be discussed further. Now for woman normal or man not for work print. Then get the other one they call Ashoke or what's in.
Ashoke, yes, Ashoke.
Ashoke, fine.
Yeah.
So we get for begin see them thing and what's in them mean. Because the Muke me ever sabi na my life as Muke, not to the Muslim Muke. Now be the Muke where they were with print. That is non-in-existent anymore. Because they make her with carpets, if I remember clearly. Now carpets they make her with some soft carpets. Then they make them shoe them they with. But you only see them wear them in typical traditional sessions them. But I bring the Oba of Charlton, they himself can say hello to viewers and talk small about the culture. You see, Yusuf don't start the culture show with his staff. Myself, I get for go find my own staff, because me na chief picking. Me not so just present me na chief picking. You see, they call it old staff now. Me say not old me own staff, and the staff it gets gold on top of him. Me not my great grandpa, me grandpa he left one walking stick when an elephant trunk. Na him been there na the walking stick in aid. That stick they will all long fetch for him, but I get for fend me on. I begin and come. So myself go turn Lion King now. It's not the papa in him.
I don't know.
What are they like? What are they never get picking? Yeah. What's in a
Simba na the Pekin.
Eh?
Simba na the Pekin your name, but I don't know.
What's in their name?
The papa Simba in papa. I don't know what's his name. Certain Juma go able to tell we.
Well, me I can't be Simba in papa for the program, so I get for go find that stuff. Natural stick stuff, but I get for find out. But the Oba of Charlton, Femi, America, Trouble, Fetch, Palmer. Welcome. Excuse me, was a Femi get protocol. They start in protocol. For now, that your ritual, the way it perform, it go through the process, it twine on, it make sure say it microfine, it check in picture, then it put himself on the screen, then it say, today they say, Juma, can you hear me?
Juma,
I don't say Juma, but here they say today, Juma, can you hear me? Today they say, yes, T-boy, I didn't have it. Okay, over to you, Femi. Stop for the blah blah.
Oh yeah.
I tell you.
Oh yeah. I did say you. You know, T-boy, Bobo. You know, when they can say, you know, you all the flag, there's no problem. But you see, we go cultural. You know, I want to take this, I go whap you, but I go for me Koboko first for you. Really and truly. But, you know, Yusufu, thank you for this show. And thank you for the question we asked T-Boy. We ask her, say, where big people and they eat, waiting the picking and they do first. I see T-Boy is sweat, it dry, it sweat, it dry, it sweat, it dry. Pastor look at the forum, or I think they call them 2-3 other brother. So this is King Mask and I bail out, so you get luck. Anyway, welcome people. We're here to entertain you. Yusuf gets a lot. It don't make I don't laugh. I laugh especially now with the place one. He asks for laugh with place one. Yusuf so do and a big with the big.
Mufasa. Janet Musa don't give it the name. Mufasa, Naina the daddy name.
Okay,
but,
so
no, but you cannot be Mufasa. You get for the monkey. You get for the monkey. Naina the wise one. The monkey are the wise one.
Me, I don't take the title say I want to be Simba in Papa. You need to change title where the show don't start to.
All right,
Don't
okay.
take me title done.
Okay.
I Simbad in Papa. So now the homework now I get for do. Now for make sure say I get Simbad in Papa in staff for the next show.
Okay.
That's my homework. So over to you.
Me, I take the Meresima now. Me, they take the Meresima. Or I say the Meresi monkey, not to Meresima, na Meresi monkey, or the Mori monkey. I take the Mori monkey. All right. So I don't take her now. So I get back. I get for cow the bag next time. But for now, okay.
On a very serious note, these are some of the discussions that we will forget, and I believe say. Just like we are told this question for say Udana Simbad in Papa, now the Lion Queen, now there's some of the questions and then they will get for go to the audience. But the Kafut,
yes.
One important element of the show where we left behind, then I want like you talk about mind your language.
Well, we not left down the behind at all. We not for say we get for bring that one day up. Well. One aspect pan the show me famble them. Now the aspect who say we all get for be, if you like, virtual community. And one thing I know about Sierra Gem Media, that Sierra Gem Media is probably one of the best Sierra Leone online media community.
They go fetch you for that word they talk so now
never fetch me no more. I go use the English my word arguably. But for now, I'll go put and say Sierra Gem Media is one media house. We get a very strong community. So in keeping with that community day, where they in line very much with African culture, now that we all participate, we all get for cook this culture show. We all get for cook this culture soup. So one part of the things that what they do, when we get Pandisho, this is special, really special. And we want to really make una all able to take part Pandisho because we designed this specific one here so that not only una go just take part Pandisho while the show they on live, but that una go take part Pandisho even after we don't go off air. Say una join we again. You see, because with conversation, not just the then I also then it done. Again for continue throughout the week until we meet again. You see, eh? So, therefore, we come up with this wonderful suggestion. In fact, T-Boy now throw this idea inside quick one. He say, why make we not go do something called mind your language? That not the section. That not the segment we get for the by each episode. Mind your language. The mind your language section, now Usai, we want make all man where they listen this program, all man, all woman where they listen this program, we all picking young one then where they listen and watch this program. We want at the end of the program, make una go come with one sentence from any language we not to your native language. You go learn one sentence. Then, after you don't learn that one sentence day, you put on video yourself, saying the sentence and what that sentence they mean and which language. So, you record yourself, they say one sentence for one language where you know. Not to your language, I know say most people go for country with Creole. No, if it's a bit of Creole, not talk Creole. Not to English, not to French. All with the look Sierra Leone languages them. So go learn one sentence. When you learn the one sentence, then you tell me the meaning of what you don't say, and sometimes just small thing what to make that the important. And also maybe the person will even teach you that sentence day. Now, video yourself and send that video day via WhatsApp to the Sierra Gem Media mobile number we will share very soon Nayaso. Now, una all we go send, we go do it best for make sure say certain segments from the show go day where we go play within una say we then sentences then day. So why make this important? This important for help we through language. Let we crisscross with country. Let we learn for appreciate each other and build a stronger bond with each other. So tell Timini person day where one day meet or talk to. This is not your opportunity for phone that Timini. But it's a bit of Timini. But how then they say Sierra Gem Media na the best social media platform na the one whole country. They're going to show you how to see a Timini. If you know somebody who they talk Yalonka, meet that person, they call her when they talk Yalonka. If the other person they talk Minde or Gizi or Vai or Shabro, how did they say then sentence in the end? Now, so what we go do, and I think I get for ask Tibo whether or not the way we go do it. So whether we will actually give una a sentence, we will let Leona go translate, rather than all mankind with different sentences. I don't know yet. But again, I know say I did throw to T-Boy, but at the same time, I did throw him to una back with the watch the show. I una go want to make we tell una the sentence, or una for go talk, or make una just go pick a sentence based on the topic where we discuss that on that episode. So for example, if we discuss about food, you for come with one sentence, we talk about food. Now, one sentence seems very, very short because actually you get 2 weeks because this show now every other week now they do them. So we don't do this Tuesday, so we don't come next week Tuesday, we come the other week Tuesday. For give it time for research because we get for do plenty research and we get for try to get as many guests as possible. And guests them usually need time, for make them prepare themselves. So you get 2 weeks for learn one sentence. But if you to say one sentence not enough, who knows? Maybe you will learn 2 sentences. If you will learn 2 sentences, brilliant. So you come and say them. But we don't want to make it be for more than 1 minute. Enough of be for more than 1 minute at all. Yeah. In fact, if you're able to do a minute 30 seconds, that's good. Because then inside that 30 seconds, we go edit all the different video them. Then we wonderful engineer them, T-Boy them, Femi them. Then go able for gather all the things we don't talk and put them in different sections then on the show. So remember the different episodes they will get for do spirituality or masquerades or food or clothing or languages or everything what they do. You want Leona come with 1 sentence or maybe 2 sentences for make una see in a language where sabi talk. So you go and learn that language there from somebody we know the language. So important for we because we feel to say Sierra Leone through this we go for beat this stupid, ugly, nasty thing we then call tribalism. We go for beat that crap out of Sierra Leone. In fact, with me Koboko, we go for beat and come out na this place. And then they are mean and bang, 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 we go for beat and come out. Because Salon, we all mix. We mix. Me when I also, I get Fula, I get Limba. Now, people in the way get Shabro, Busy, Tim, all mix up. We get for land how they appreciate. So that now one of the reasons we bring this mind your language inside this particular culture show. Now, we get for play games them as well. So when I get for radio, in fact, if we not take them, me woman at the CISO, if anybody challenge me for Accra, if I play Accra down for you at the beach, you naughty. So one for all it's in order for bring we'll give for about family values them. But at the same time, if anybody we open to suggestions to una, if una get any topic in regarding culture, where the money you, where you want to follow, no hesitate for send you questions them in. We will take them, we'll consider them, and figure out how we'll get the answer for you. On top of that, we also will suggest books them to una for read. It's very important for read. The knowledge where I get, I not get a normal just sit on normal. So I read boku different other books them. Books them from people like Sheikh Anta Diop. Right? Very important for read. Sheikh Anta Diop. Research them people indeed. But if we want for just for enjoyment, try things fall apart back. Try Koso Town Boy. Good book that one day. Koso Town Boy. Okay? So Sierra Leoneans then get books like that in a way you go begin for learn aspects there of your culture. But also important as well, if you have to learn some things, then sit down with some the older people then they will know plenty aspects then of a culture. Or among una no more as young people, una discuss. Me, when I look the WhatsApp group the way we set up plenty WhatsApp group. But I know one day see yet a WhatsApp group where they just discuss issues about the culture. I think we discuss a lot about politics. Plenty. In fact, if this show now be about politics, I bet you if we don't get over 200 people right now, they view the show. If not lie, I lie. Make chicken kick me.
What's that? Chicken or fork?
Because chicken they will kick. I think I said chicken.
Or let fall Jackie. Can a chicken go kick you? But let fall Jackie.
The story day, we make fall. When you see fall, can go like that. Story day, reason they will make fall. When you see fall, we want catch woman, you go No. Reason they. Oh, you don't understand, eh? Reason they will make fall. Wake up. Reason they will make fall. They go that way day. But I think before the show done today, I go on for tell that story day. But so that's the other aspect. One time I go to dig up 2-3 story, the no more inside. One time, not all the time. One time I go to dig up 2-3 story. Yes, I think Baba Femi go out for say something or.
Oh, you don't talk Baba. Me as from today, me name not change the program when I call me a team boy. Me na Mafusa.
Mafusa.
No, me na Mufasa.
Mufasa.
I don't call me T-boy, me na Mufasa. So anybody that call me T-boy, now 10 questions up, 10 chicken chase or 10 fall chase. Over to you, Femi. Until further notice, I am Mufasa.
You dare me Mufasa?
Yes, I hear you, Mufasa. Go on.
Okay. So, Usifu, thank you. Abua ask one question. Why you talk earlier on say we know for sweep na net? The question I ask now, waiting do would I make that rule day so that person may be less bad? So, certain rules and we can begin think about the people that we actually come up with their rule and I wonder who's if make it affect him personally, so just come and talk say na this village, then say if you sweep na net, this and this go follow you. So all my from that they take and say, okay, I'll not give this guy work na net again. I'm just asking.
That's a very good question that one day. I definitely think we'll get for address questions like that when we get for deal with the issues them of superstition, superstitions, and even the word myth. Make I just touch that word they quickly, myth, because this all get for do with this question where they ask so. Now, to the European, to the Western people, when they use the word myth, then they refer to something where then see and say, na lie no more, na bra spider story, na lie business, no worry, but na myth. So they tell you say mythology. Well, what's in myth? That word the myth mean to we African people then, when we look at African culture. Myth to we, now like how you go take capsule bitter. So what they do, you wrap the capsule with some plastic for you not taste the bitter. They swell like that. If not lie, try anybody we say not like medicine. Before puts the tablet first nine month medicine. If the face if the contort in face the twist just for drink, try drink bangba or ejiri. You will know what you are the talk. Right? If you touch them this damn medicine and they when you drink that you feel because it's bitter. Well, if they put honey panna, they put some nice honey panna, they mix and fine. If they drink, I not even worry yourself. So myth or waiting with man they say myth, where we go call say people in superstition, or people in say things then way some story they will tell, or parable they will tell, or things they will say, or not sweep na net, or this and or stuff like that. What thing will they do? Will they address specific issues them we get for deal with certain consequences them? So the best way they will put them, they will tell you say not do this, because if they tell you in a specific dramatic way, it they hit you immediately. So for example, then say no sing where you they eat. Because if you sing where you they eat, now you the person will cook, now you they cause. Most of the time the person will cook now with mama. So nobody now for question mama. So instead you go there, you not go sing. But what are the reason? The main reason, na pepper. Na pepper with the dying people that don't cook. And you're speaking when pepper go na the wrong side, it's not funny. You go choke and it could lead to death. So for make you get the message immediately, then tell you say no sing, otherwise the person will cook, now you the cause. So the same way we come and say no sweep na net. But like I say, these are much more deeper things than I will therefore explore them later on. But again, inside the chat group, like I say, we are a community. I will let people answers there. Because even before me the answer, why make we not go sweep the net? And I want to also make people understand when they watch this show. Not all team me know. I know a lot, but not all team. So taking there, I go like for tickly certain topic them for make una within the audience, they wanna bring on your own perspective. So tell me go if you know something one way, but to tell you based on your own culture, outside you day, so tell if you na mende, it's different to how you see certain things. We may see as a fuller or as a limba, then me see and differently to how you see. It go interesting as well. They'll bring all of this on board. That way they will enrich the knowledge. Will they put more and make this wonderful soup, make all things really delicious, lay all things full up and get more yeye panam.
Clear the cow footprints. Mufasa there, and they tell you now welcome once more. But I want for bring the Koto Jarama, the full boy on the show, because he does say if you don't start from begin mix, you have for big breed in the full way. Then he say if you say any maker, you know go eat am. Because now with them foods then they mix up. Actually. True or false? But anyway, we left that one day. But I know say people have started asking questions on the charts, but we need to answer that question now because we wait for make that specific show they come. We get for deal with what is it again? The values of culture. What now the show again? Artifacts. Yes. When it comes to artifacts, then we can begin talk about the questions then within the ask now the group because then they ask what make come in the whistle. Again, they get a using for that. But we're not going to answer that question now. With the left hand for the show we get for deal with myth.
You see, T-Boy, you see this drum where I get this sung by we call it sung by Natog. Mm-hmm. Now, traditionally, woman not for play sung by. Traditionally, woman not they play sung by. Reason there for that. Very, very deep, serious reason there for that. And
keep down.
Yes, no, I never say that's it. And they all get for come we talk about music and we talk about traditional music them. And we go begin for understand why make bondo drum shape the way it shape. Why make woman that they play bondo drum the specific way where the bondo drum they why make woman they play and so all this important. And you know, the more we understand these aspects of the culture, I think we will begin to get deeper appreciation and begin to learn for preserve a lot of the knowledge what we people then get. And hopefully then they go, will just build just a bigger respect for what we people don't preserve for we or they take for granted. Well,
thank you very much, the Cow Footprints, and I also want to say thank you to all those we watch you right now. And this is now the culture show. We we bring unto you, and the main host for the cultural show now, Usifu Jalloh, the Cow Footprints. Today, I just the number for come in and out. So when the show get for start in the next other week, after this week, Tuesday, we can next Tuesday, we start with languages, right? Cow Foods?
That's correct.
Languages. The easier make we start with languages because now that's we can begin talk about. So we know the value of the different languages they will get now, culture, what's not the essence of the languages, then why we get for value them, why we get for use them, why we even get for learn how for talk them, because the interpretation, the meanings, the pronunciation all get significant meaning them behind them. But that competition we then see, well, not a competition as such, but now like something where we for learn for each and every show. Way for make you talk any kind language, you put a sentence together. Me, I go get 5. Me, I don't get for 5 language where me get for God talk. Where as I be for make one sentence, but all their language then I cannot ask nobody. I go sabi talk one sentence for Timini. I go sabi talk one sentence for Minde. I go sabi talk one sentence for Kono. I go sabi talk one sentence for Soso. And I go sabi talk one sentence for Madingo or maybe Fula. So I get 6 sentences where I get advantage for me. I didn't ask me again. I can't begin learn how the Yolunka. Limba, of course, I go try. And then I go begin find out the Gizi. The Gizi very close to Kono, so not too far. So me, I get like a 4 languages then. When I just tweak, I get for tweak them around no more. Kono, Gizi, Madingo, which one again? Vai, all landing at the Liberian influence of the Salon tribe, the region that region. So I gave for make one sentence each. Feminine for so far. Juma. When they say, una go left upline, una not agree. If Papa don't go now upline, you don't need to say for 30 years. You should not have Africa. You don't give for father and for go to the upline. You say you're an English boy. You didn't make business in Africa. Africa on Salon. Salon is big. But you still don't Africa. If you say they talk easy, now forward, no forward, now Creole they talk to me. If you say they talk yellow car, now you just go, now all your language they do. If you say they talk Limba, na Sabu Street, nah, they don't talk Limba, na Sabu Street. So, now you're why they talk to. So when they say, na go back offline, they say, not serious. They like village boy. Me, I talk half Mende, half Soso, half Kono, half Madingo, and half Timini. Me, I get bored, cool. So, I mean, that language is not so bad for me. But I go let my give me, now I get for struggle. And we all get for do that language. You know, we first they do the language before. Then say when you host that, you force the sweeper, I never call person if I can't sweep for you. So, Mr. Pama and me and Juma Ba, you know, I introduce yourself now to the show. Juma, welcome. Talk fuller. Now you know why they talk, but talk so for say hello. Talk one language. We're not so fuller in Creole, and you say hello to people them. So you don't come.
Fambule, muna kushe, muna tabo, fambule, onjarama, wali, bina, piari. Yeah? So you see, I don't begin close you force. How do they say in chere? I don't talk local, you know, sabi talk local force in chere. See?
Well, okay, I dey put in at the cons. Now, Femi, I go suffer. Femi, go and Baluku see by don't suffer.
Now wait till Janet say in a upline girl. Janet Musa say in a upline girl. So nobody no go create challenge yourself by any kind upline language. As for Asana to in just for Donna go ahead and boss laugh first. Where Mr. Bar begin for talk.
Yeah. So you see, I don't close una. Tanamuna.
Tanamu anyway. It's never been there. Imu say koloma.
This that bandit in the so like the bandit when I talk so. It's a bit they talk now. The other talk na Anvil 90 boy talk so.
Yeah, not so team na talk go. Na mi society talk.
So they talk na Anvil like talk so.
But they make Femi the sweat per smack, but it's not right too.
You got to rub the hand. And I think I was kind of timid if I can't talk. You got the language down there, go Sabi for say something.
But see, boy, let me challenge you now. How do they call Okada Pamlimba?
Well, we don't talk, you know, to challenge.
No, when me they challenge you now.
I said I learn with the
Now the first assignment that you get. How then they call Okada Palimba?
All right. Now so for the next show.
By next show, you forget the answer.
They talk with names them. Okay, no problem. The next show at the count them. Well, look, the mama she don't want me. I need this game.
When I make them go the challenge to you.
But when they make the room hot for Boku people there, so. Even the viewers there, that's no hot. Someone they cover their face.
Because Usifu Jalloh, let's make an ask if they talk about mind your language. This is the daily use. Where you go Kamakwe, you go Cambia, you must want for use Okada for going to the next village.
Thank you.
Call the Okada now. Say I want for use Okada. Let's say you reach that this village, middle let. They say, "Dear beg, when I call Okada for me, I want go na Madina Ula, you know, from Yasu to Madina Ula. How you ever tell them say, you know, una call Okada for me?" So I don't.
But wait for they say T-boy. They say T-boy in accent they broke the social media right now. They say T-boy in Kono accent.
Well, I'm happy to join you guys. You know, it's been a good show. Thank you so much. But Usifu Jalloh.
Yes.
We dey start traditionally first. I get for come, you know, I call the Kasi for suit boy them to you, you know. They can't complain.
You can't complain. Okay, wait, before you go, Agladi. Calling Sprats, then I also score day. So then big one, then they do a big address the first way you can complain. Family sweat to tell a kid that then a sauna.
So big one, them on all I do, we gladly forget tuna and no say with tuna presence, you know, definitely we are covered because wisdom then I also. Where we want for what you call on our draw we yes them when I go guide you on the right path. So we're happy that you are here. So the complaint what I get, I don't miss what 2 hours on this show because T-boy try for cheat. He do the flyer, he push the time before so he go pull me come on at the show, but you know they work. So now the complaint that one day I get. You know, and Chief, you get for look into that complaint day.
You know, you give for legalization, so they can't complain.
I don't know, Cassie, I can't wait. You say when they say Cassie?
Well, okay, you see, outside the casino they work. Me na the Mufasa na the show.
So me don't carry it Cassie, na cash up a send them. You know, you say the cash up now send that to
okay, well, so well, Usifu Jalloh.
Yes.
Now for bring the Cassie can to the Mufasa.
Yeah. All right, well, no problem. Well, and you know, Baba Mufasa.
Sam.
Unadayo.
Sam.
Nadikasi, now don't bring Kanzuna to you. So don't bring her to you. Yeah. I beg. This we brother don't say we don't let from bien pandit show ya so.
Okay.
So
as the Mufasa, I don't hear the complaint. So are the old one with the complaint? When word come, I go send I go to theater. When I go do the operation for the word, then the word will come back to me with the results. Then I go tell the public what's in the outcome of the word.
Yeah, big. We don't get one. We don't get one. We don't get one. I go call an ago. We don't get one. Mami Queen. One one Yabu boss. He don't join we. Yes, one Yabu boss don't join we. This is a big one. Yabu boss will fanet bundu. Himself don't join we. So they are big. Yes, low say. Kushe, unwali. Seke. Come on. But we only talk language and now one great voice will not irritate today. We're going to hear the great. What? Femi don't freeze T-boy.
Femi don't practice first.
See boy video don't freeze.
So
Usifu, you see when enough of Itiami? See boy it's got for Itiami na me tick no mona wap na gone. Na a video freeze. A video freeze. So na text him. You know, me a man way I get power them. You know, I shake me tick no more boy freeze. I'm not going to show right now, but family not trust me. When somebody hearing voice, no say something to happen.
Not just freeze, it don't come out.
It don't come out. Not for they test me. You know. But anyway, Usifu been a talk about for read. Who have been small, then put the Webster's dictionary in my hand and tell me say read. So not to me fault, say I'm not able to talk the other one there, the other language with the plan. But no worry. Until I say 2 weeks, una give me 2 weeks. The kind language where they come up for una no small. Nah, yeah. But in somebody in words them, Boa Bise.
Boa Bise.
This way also, it remind me like what they call for one story. What they call Pamolai. Pamolai na this dog way. And no one here if they call monkey. What then they call Pamolai? Only Pamolai come for go fetch for one man with a monkey, the non-chakra, the man in Kasada farm. Then they call him. Na gutoik pandabalang, gutoik pandabalang, gutoik pandabalang. Na gutoik pandabalang, gutoik pandabalang, gutoik pandabalang. Mabuguma manam pati, mabuguma yari pati, kere mabuguma bago, sarapite pati gilei, sarapite pati gilei. Now this announcement, bam! As I don't announce the announce, Pamolai don't come on the screen now.
Pamolai don't appear.
I don't free I don't free him.
Let's just jump in quickly. I've been listening before I come live. When I've been talk about something very important. We now some of the things that people refer as myth, and I think that is very important because when you say Usifu Jalloh, certain things them why make there are reasons why, but then therefore because get respect, they'll get fear factor within with culture and with society. And that is the only thing that we go make, we can make certain things that you restrict, see, because we get explanation for something, you they trivialize them a lot. Let's make a bring that come up, growing up, we they sell in a shop a lot, and this that thing the way they make we get conflict with people then, all right? Because we get a tradition, a culture, we know they sell anything where fiber weapon, needle, thread, safety pin, blade. You come for Kambam to Fulaman and Etine sell and give you. But people them they vex. I have Femi get experience.
What about cool?
What about cool?
Yes.
Cool as well. Yeah. So, but wait, me the limit time to the fuller shop because I'll let everybody close their eye. Me familiar with the fuller shop. So you would think that, oh, okay, now wicked and wicked, but you go see our culture, our traditional beliefs that we fake things them. But like how Yusuf said earlier, these things are connected with health and safety issues. Firstly, you sell and give picking because mostly when they send a picking and they send for go buy. What if that picking go and damage himself? What if the person we can buy the thing, they go cause havoc on side? So most of the things that really were on me on observation, it might not be true, but this is my observation. Like how Yusuf say, we'll not get power over knowledge, but my observation, some of those narrated things, and for say, they do this. Most of them, if you look, are related to health and safety. Like how you talk about food. If you they eat and sing, you go choke. And when you choke, the likelihood for they die, is high. Or cause some kind of problem. So some of those things, but the way they put and say you they fit and disrespect the person we cook and whether they cook na the house, na the mama, I'm for it. The low at the extreme. Say mama, for example, say you, if you do this, you do that kind of thing, I go lose me la papa you. Nobody no one for see mama in nakedness. But then they try for do the extreme for let you afraid, say, you know what? I have to stop this. I don't have to do it. It's not for the best of all. I just want for throw down the inside because then they caught my attention. Over to you again, Usifu Jalloh.
Thank you very much, Brother Juma. And again, for some people and we they join the show now, we from saying they're late for joining the show as well. Just to hand the way go to listen. Just let us know for say the culture show. Now we all show. Now a show for revive knowledge that we don't get before. And we're going to bring so many other people them on board. Now this now the places that outside me King Mufasa get forget the Yagba because need it right for keep the show when we get forgive for Ronam. I want to keep the show 2 hours maximum if we don't done. Now I know for say plenty power now we don't use with Sierra Gem, when I don't use for Sidom marathon. When I don't use for Sidom for run marathon with Sierra Gem. I think the longest marathon with Sierra Gem don't run about 6 hours. We can catch one afternoon. No be kalu. And which is great because that way they would help for build the community that Sierra Gem is. We make plenty, but we like Sierra Gem. But at the same time, I want to try for keep the production to 2 hours maximum. Tonight, as I say, we introduce the program to now for Luna. All the understand that this get for come on, and it get for be fun. It's going to be so much fun. There's going to be a lot of music. There's going to be songs. There's going to be so many different things that we get for add inside the show when the time really reach. So I only want to brace for that. But like I say, one try for keep them in a disciplined way so that we talk the subjects, then we left them, then we give them time to make ourselves go sit down and reflect on what we don't talk. The show will also open up to family then. And when I say family, I mean when I can bring one a teenage picking and when a parents, may they say can learn. Because teen then they way me know for say me as a parent, something the way I'm able to teach me picking them. Really. So I need other people them we know more way then we able for teach me picking them. Now so saying that, for example, like right here with me, I go show now. I get big book like this way also. Okay, Africa. Inside this book, the knowledge where they say also, it plenty. So many different type of knowledge. It is inside this book also. I would like for you to share with Una plenty of the knowledge the way I don't read from this book. But let's read the name of the person who write this book. The person who write this book called Basil Davidson. Make a ask Una. Basil Davidson. Na Salon Posin. Astagfirullah. Definitely Salon Posin. Okay? Na English person. So why make a say this? This fat book will be so. Wait, man, don't take time, then don't go inside we, then don't go study we, then don't look architecture, right? When we talk of architecture. All the things they don't go study about we. They don't put in a book. And when she go inside this book, then call her copyright. Copyright. In other words, that thing will not be we own, not we own anymore. It now belongs to the rich man or the one that we can take with stuff. So important, make we begin for land. If sometimes we as people not able to write we own now at we own it, maybe we begin them, we show them the interest for make them own the new. Okay. For some part we go say, well, we come from culture business. Hey, which? Hey, now which business? They are not me not Jesus. Hey, me, me not Allah. Me not all this stuff we want for bring come in. Well, make us say to now. And no matter what your religious belief might be, whichever way you look at, even who say you the culture will play a major part in your life. And culture also determine the success we will not be able to develop in your country, in your family, and so on. Culture determine that. I can always say to people when they interview me in Sierra Leone, I can always say, the salvation for Sierra Leone lie in we maintaining, appreciating, and valuing the culture. I will repeat. The salvation for Sierra Leone, it lies within we maintaining, respecting, valuing the culture. Make her expand and a little bit so that we will just understand what thing I dey try for talk here. Many times, if we talk of culture, some people go feel to say, we talk of culture, we talk about dance, drum, beat, bata, and you say na culture, like you culture, hey, Sierra Leonean, hey, like you culture. We think of dance all the time. Well, dance important, music important. So music na part of we culture. But waiting at the essence, bang, 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 of music, of rhythm, why make it important? I bet you, if I ask that, in fact, I open that question to the panel right now. Why make music so important? Why African people, black people, we like for dance, we like for play music, as you can but book don't jump. I did put that in the panel before I probably give the answer. For make up give for explain to you the importance when I say culture, the culture get for how we all we culture get for determine with success. Just I want to take that one just as an example. Why make music so important? What are the essence? They are big. I did swear to all we did to T-Boy, to Juma. Why? When I give me one answer. Why make music so important?
Music important because music now one way of communication. So there are certain things you might put inside music where you be able to make a left in the minds of people if you communicate somewhere.
Okay, good answer, very good answer. Rajuma.
If me go add, obviously, music na a way of life. Music heals. Music makes us happy. Music makes us relax. So I can.
Okay. Martha Oroboni says it brings joy. It brings ambience. Amamatu says it brings ambience. Brafemi, what do you say?
You can't tell me last week all man don't choose what I want to choose. See? Discrimination.
I get for pull that story there.
Music, yeah, as T-Boy say, for me, music is communication. In the different ways the way people they use music back in the days. I mean, for tell story them, for make sure say it stay, especially like the picking their aid, so that then go able for for land and for tomorrow. It's if it's done in rhyme, it's easier to I guess for retain that you memory or your long-term memory. But I could be wrong.
I mean, Amamatu just say here as well that it's also good for our emotional health. It brings joy to people. Martha says. Now, Maria McCallum say it passes a message and it brings back memories. Now, Maria McCallum hit the point here. The purpose for land now for memory. We want all body na memory. We want all body. But we want all body, it remember through rhythm. We body remember through rhythm. If you heart skip little bit no more, you want all body to go out of sync. As soon as your heart is skip little bit, you want all body know for say, oh, my heart beats this now. My heart cuts, as we go say. Because the body remembers rhythm, through rhythm. So what do we people then know then? Well, people then know how for use emotion as Mariam will talk now, so this now. Emotion. Now, make I just put stop and a little bit of comma, then I go to the European side. The European no get rhythm like a we. They know they express rhythm like we. So when then they teach through the brain. Now then first point of access that one day. When you go school, they tell you what they always say, think, memorize, hot mental to time to 1, 2. Always now just through the brain, and they want for enter force. The emotion not mean much to the European. In fact, when they tell you say you too emotional, And when they say you're too emotional, in other words, then they imply that you're too weak. When they say you're too emotional, in other words, you're irrational. When they say you're emotional, so they come up with IQ, and they test you IQ. They want to see how intelligent you be up yonder. That they measure, and so they measure you. The African, on the other hand, in your first point of entrance, now you emotion. The emotion, you open the emotion through rhythm, through dance, music. Now you use for open the emotion. Then the emotion, now the key for open the entire memory system from your brain right down to your toe. Your emotion opens everything. When we go school or when we there around, what we remember most now how we feel about something. Not necessarily what we be non thing, but how we feel. You never forget how you feel. So rhythm, dance, very important in that regard, amongst many other things we will want to talk about. But if we begin to understand if I will say science, I mean, if not the right expression, and if we use now, but if I will begin to look at the science of dance and how a good for we well-being and with one whole body, that's now one of the very first thing that the key to open the emotion, and the emotion are the key for open the memory system. So, therefore, this show what the can bring Soto now, we fumble them. Now, a show for help we understand that at a time like this, we need for begin forget what you are called education within the context of we culture. We for begin understand, we Femi talk earlier about we hairstyle. What we talk say we get three stone, 3 fire stone, or we make tumbu now we hairstyle, or we can roll, all within that mean. If we understand the concept of education within the culture, I guarantee you na me fumble them. It no go tell we go solve with economic challenges than a Sierra Leone. I will explain to you a small little bit about that. You will understand what in culture mean. If we go up in library, now one ton, where this ton, na pepper, na in the farm day. But you say you want to go educate the people then. They grab brook, you open the library. You say them for the beginner forget education. You open library. The book you the inside there. Now Mary had a little lamb. Now Jack and Beanstalk. Now Snow White. Now this, all them kinds of sophisticated stuff that they inside there. When the beginner go there, then go land. Those who land, those who manage for land. Because plenty the cake will look at back. But then one day we manage for go land. As soon as they don't land, guess what they do? Then they come out na the village. Why? Because what in them don't land not get any resemblance to the culture within which they grow. And not only that, what in them don't land, usually they look down on the very culture we then get within their own. Within them, where the papa get or where the mama get, then they look down on that culture. So within they happen, they picking and they left the village and go. When they left the village and go, who that they can't develop the village? Nobody. So the village open to exploitation now. Because them pa and them mommy, they're too old. They don't know much. So now exploitation no. So the young one they were strong. We're supposed for look after the place. They know when away they don't go. Not to that we all they do that. As we always would they na village. A small thing, bam, we don't go to freedom. The next thing from freedom, who's how they go? Temple run. Well, these days the government don't sanction temple run. Now they call it temple run now. These days, when they take your playing bank, we go now.
Government run.
Government. What do you call it government run? So these days, I used to book up all man one for Ibo come out and they say one for go on government run now. All of these get significance. Because if we be focused on how they build the culture within, or how they build education within the context of the culture, believe me, we not go do government run. We not go get no reason for send with people for go suffer or for go work Now other man country and build the young country, put them in comfort. Then we sit down they suffer. Because we know they work within the context of the culture. The country is how they send people and so then they operate within their own culture. In fact, then they warn you, say, we can our country, we get laws there, we get our own culture. Then they tell you, say, we get our own culture. If you make nonsense, then they cut you head. Bamba, you know, if you mess up. Then culture, it mix cut head, mix pan and culture. Now they would want to go so. Why? So, back to me Pepe analogy. When we don't take them picking and they don't can learn but waiting in the library or that school day, we not get nothing for do with them pepper planting. They all they left the village and go. Because now they don't show them another heaven. So they told to them go. Now when they go, chances are some they don't go come back because they go say that's also witch now in the village. I know they go back there. So you know they come back there. We go build animosity and plenty other things. All right. Let me look at another way. We go open the library. We'll put inside this library, we'll put books them. We talk about pepper. Big pepper, small pepper, all kind pepper treats, pepper, bend pepper, green pepper, all kind. Books that we talk about that. So when we do geography, we do geography on pepper. Inside and they go pepper right across Sierra Leone. Geography on pepper. It will teach you everything but the soil, everything. We do biology on pepper. We do chemistry on pepper. We do maths, economics on pepper. Billahi wallahi talahi.
Usually you forget one.
I don't forget one. History.
Yeah, you got to do government.
Government on pepper. I agree with you.
Well, not call them government, call them politics on pepper.
Politics, that's correct. Because you need for begin for no international policies them where you will need for the pass for protect you pepper plantation. You get for pass laws them where you get for affect pepper all over the whole place.
Economics.
Trade. Right. You go begin for understand now what's in stock market they say about pepper. Because
technology of pepper.
Of course.
So you get for use your phone for sell the pepper. You get for use Facebook for sell the pepper.
Packaging. You get for begin for develop packaging now for that pepper. The preservation of your pepper. You get for begin figure out now how they preserve this pepper. In stock market, coffee, then a stock market. Tea, then a stock market. But when you look all on the pepper, then they use pepper more, well, I go say probably, let not say for sure. But coffee and pepper, then they use them plenty. Why make a bit to say coffee and tea, then a stock market, but pepper not the day. What I'm saying is that if we begin for look inside we culture very well, and for now I only talk of food culture, and I only talk of one any aspect of food culture with a pepper. When we address them in this way, it means them pardon that they run for send them picking them now for make them go learn but how pepper go work for them. Because from pepper now, then they will forget corn. From pepper, then go be able to buy Okada. From pepper, then go able to forget tamatis and so on and so forth. Because they learned the value of this then culture of eating and consuming pepper. In Scotland, then get the culture of the kilt or the skirts. I don't know which we were for color. But they don't learn so well about the importance of the kilts that people in the fly all over the world for go Scotland for go buy the kilts, the skirts. Not so we all the fly they go in, they come England for can see the Queen and Big Ben and the stuff waiting up and for can eat fish and chips. Not so we the run for go India, right? Or we the corona not be bokude, we be the run for go and for go what ya donkey barat. What did these people do? They know how to appreciate their spirituality, how to appreciate their story, how to appreciate their sari and then kuta and all the clothes we then get so that they market them to the world. Sierra Leone not go be any different. Sierra Leone get to be exactly the same way. That's okay for approach with culture. Now, the second thing or an added thing to that is that it now means we people them not necessarily need for go learn English or Chinese. Because there is no need for that language there for most of the people there. Instead, they go focus on their own language, then go focus on what then they produce. Once then they eat every day, they will forget make money. Then we will need for go learn English because we want for go trade abroad. We can learn now. We can learn English, we can learn French, we can learn German, we can learn Chinese, whatever, because we want for go trade abroad. No problem. But we no longer they put this extra burden on we people them for say power them for learn Chinese or English for make their life better. Because me una way the England so right now. We know for say plenty people and they we come up Pakistan or India, not sabi talk one great English. But can't see the host the way they get na so. Can't see the property the way they buy scatter left, right, and center. Can't see the shop. So then they I meet one that wants a shop where I'm gonna Ilford. When I meet the man, I say, but you cannot talk English. He says, I don't need English in his own broken way. I say, why? He said, I've got everything that I need around here. I don't go to English people's businesses or whatever. I have everything I want here. Can we then begin for apply culture in that way so that we not put this burden for alienate with people them from themselves? As African people, for make we operate in England or America or Australia or Germany or anywhere like that, as African people, for make we do this, we have to be out of our minds. What I mean by that, if I said to you just no Gwajuma, I said to you, Gwajuma, but you're out of your mind. I will take it. If I said, but you're out of your mind, bruh,
I go vex.
Right. Because they say you don't curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they tell you say you don't curse.
Yeah.
Now, let me face somebody. Plenty of we where they can operate in this country them. We have to operate out of our minds. We're operating out of our minds. Most times we operate, it's like we're crazy. Now when we left here, as we go Sierra Leone, it almost like with a flip, we do turnover, we do somersault that we mind because all of a sudden we are back in a place we make sense to it. That's the power of culture. That's the power of culture. It no matter how you deny them. A day, as people then say, a day na the blood. And then in another topic back over for look again, we'll begin for look at the difference of their own spirituality. This thing about a day na the blood, what it mean? It mean a lot. A day na the blood. So, my family them, when I already look, when I already listen to me so right now, I hope so now go the join with on this program. There's plenty the way I want to we discuss. Plenty the way I want to we talk about. Hopefully, as we address the subject there, so we go begin for address the real issues then will the affect the country. And also we'll talk of education, we want electricity, we want this, we want that, everything we'll talk about. But I can always left this parable. If you want mango, take care of the soil. Mango go for down you ate. I will repeat. If you want mango, take care of the soil. Mango will for down you ate. The soil, now we culture. Now we heritage. Make a stop on this and say,
thank you very much, Usifu Jalloh, the Cow Footprints, once more, for that short amount of education on why we for really put this show together and make sure we're able to discuss them to people and really watch. But viewers, I don't mind using for it's don't can talk say the problem we go do at this show. Now with Star Just Media, which we marathon time them. It's I don't see now. I mean, tell Usifu say, well, it is say could do 1 hour today, and 3 hours to go suppose.
We can't stop it. This one, don't tire.
I just the advice so I don't know well. The cow food say this show na 2 hours. English man, this na English cow food. You know say English cow food, you not get healed. They don't pull the hip now. The shoe smooth. But that's a long cow food. You get for go far before you reach na in destination. Especially if na Kamakwe you go. So right now, we dey talk about the English cow food. 2 hours. Not so this Tuesday they come with the other Tuesday. So that for watch out for the English cow food. 2 hours only. But anyway, we not say we're not going to able to forget enough time for talk about the culture, because the culture is very deep, very diverse. And people in they say, who for be Africans true. And most of what Usifu Jalloh they say on this platform for what we don't do just this short period of time is been endorsed by so many people. They like the atmosphere, they like the fun, and the educational part of it all. So basically, this now something we get for geared towards so many things then. And then we don't make mention of the games then. Very much interesting again for get some kind of interaction, because get for interact with the audience then. So most of the topic of discussion get for be also discussed on the platform. And we get for make direct references to your statements, to your comments, to your questions. If we cannot answer them, we will find somebody who will answer them either directly or we throw it back to the platform. Because like we say, this is a show for all of us. Not to everything in this platform where we sabi, we talk about, we're experts on. Some of them will get for learn, some of them will get for learn from Una, some of them will get for adapt, some of them will get for adapt elsewhere. So now a platform for like every single member will be online for what this particular show or after learn. And what you learn for be of benefits to you. Like today, they've given me the crown. I have taken my crown to be the Mufasa for the show. So I am the Mufasa for the culture show. So basically, I would say, don't forget, the show get forget an element of mind your language. When at the yeah side, when they say this show, you get yeah, it means it get mix. At the beginning talk now the Creole, we sometimes family say go begin struggle for talk tomorrow, I will come back. The yeah part of the show, now outside we get mind your language. Mind your language now the basic elements of you learning a language from the diverse cultural languages organized. Because we want to make we feel the sense of learning a language. So you see the value behind the language. You see the reason why make Limba man they talk with strength. You see the reason why make them get that flair of saying certain things and the way how they say them. So some of that culture then they in how we they interpret we words them, in how we pronounce we words them, now we want to make everybody get an experience of. So we go begin value each other. We go begin value each other. Because the best of the languages that hold the value, now either the one the way we learn easily, now either the one that will feel say we get challenges them for learn, now either the one that will feel to say we like the way how it sound. So man they gonna go learn Portuguese because he like the sound of the way how Portuguese people in the talk. So man they gonna go learn local because he like the way how the local man they pronounce certain things then. So man they go learn Limba because he like the vigor of the way how the Limba they express themselves in their language. So everybody gets a reason. So that kind of reason in now one for make una go get experience of. So if we talk about food today, all the elements of food we talk about related to food, we want like you go home within that week period for the second week we can say we say, I learn how for say can make we eat. Thank you for the food. I like what you cook so. Teach me how for cook that food day. Where you come on our host tomorrow, whose food you want for make a cook for you. Because we very, very get diverse interracial marriages then within our culture that right now it's fine for make you learn them basic thing then they. Like a Juma come, he say, how you call keke panlimba? You might think that is a joke. It's funny. It's the funny side of yes, it is. But say for example, you go Kamakuye, you go na Limba country, Tonko Limba, they get keke then they. But if you don't know the basic few languages in that particular language that area you struggle. Because all they can London, we want to go China, we'll go first online and check the basic thing we need for know in Chinese. Like I want to go there. One, how much is this? The prices, how for communicate. Those basic languages is where you start. So if we go, for example, we want to go Makeni to my winner put local when they talk to me a lot. You go most want for learn 1 or 2 amounts of timini. So basically, that's not the essence of the language. Okay, let's go to Juma. Juma, I see the ACN too much. Let me say the ACN.
With all due respect to the cow footprints, we go can't let you just to let you go. We know how for steal you time on the show, and if we pass mark, just tell we say, guys, cut. You know, when he talks, just something come to mind, all right? Couple of things. When they talk about this language, and you mentioned, say, people will think it's a joke. Imagine you travel to then middle net, right? So let's say when they go Guinea for pass na that Kamakwe area, right? Then middle halfway through, na don't reach na the Kamakwe end, but na not reach na the Guinea border yet, for example. Middle net. Because when they say this, it don't happen to me. More or less, you know, similar situation. They were in Abge for going inside Kamakwe Tong. The first time ever for that drive, na net me one I don't know how they go. But I end up get for reach day in the morning. But now they imagine this extreme scenario, then when I don't go halfway through middle net, una motka broke down. The people landing at the village they wait call up. Then let's say if you don't eat boku sugar, then pupu catch you the one belly. How you get for go ask them people and they say, but do I want for use on a toilets? If you not sabi talk one the language. I just try for emphasize the essence where sometimes we feel say they exercise here so na joke, like how Yusuf say earlier. We start like the show, but you can take this practice with you. So those basic things you can, you know, use your own word, your own sentence. So if people go catching at people village, they meet nobody able for talk and Creole, or they know they understand which they talk. I will communicate with them. So it is important. T-boy, remember, here family they come. Remember, we go 2000. When was it? Was it 2018? 2017, yes, 2017 for 18. We go Kabbalah, not so?
Yeah.
We intention was to go there, do our program, then return. But for some odd reason, we say, no, we not go. Usa will go team up. Now the market, na morning. All right? We go team up na Kabbalah, na the market na morning. The first thing we'll see, imagine, Tiba come UK, me come America. What they will observe, all man at the place, they all wear socks half back. All man na Kabbalah. That was December for bracket for into January.
Socks are back and cold cap.
Socks are back and cold cap. In the wildest dream, we wonder what is this? There people here now waiting do them. Not knowing say because Kabbalah they call something and they like UK. Or the US, some part na Kabbalah. So now I make the people and they wear their socks and they have back. But we feel say no more na munku business. But we end up go, the essence, I don't bring down the cameras, the fun part of it, but we end up go develop family day. We not sabi nobody. We spend 3 days na Kabbalah, where they cook for we every day, then they warm water for we for us every day. Hospital, these are people that will not ever know. We go build new family na Kabbalah. So, where you they travel, you don't know what you they go meet. It's always important for embrace and get an open mind. So if you don't get a starting point for communicate with people, then it's easy for let them open and do much to you. I just want to share that story there. And this is real life and one of my best memories in a salon where I will ever forget. Over to you again, Femi or T-Boy.
Femi.
Hello guys. I want to touch on a couple of things. Yusuf will talk, but if you know look after your culture, some time ago we talk, you see people don't go come, then go adopt them, then go refine them, and then go sell them back to you. Yes, Yusuf was that. I don't know if I sum him up in any way where we going.
I think, I mean, what you say, yes, definitely. I think that there's an aspect of that.
Okay, so the points I want to make comparison to, you know, a song where literally then say na song with man, na sing yeah, it's a Christian song where the world know the world over. And this song, yeah, so they credit unto these guys and I got the music for them. But when people study the music itself, it's like say, or people are now say that with Monday because he was a slave owner. He been run a ship at the time. He must do interpret them from the slaves them who he been carry across the Atlantic during the slave trade. So the song becomes so big, it's called Amazing Grace for some of you we might not know. And people literally nowadays then they try for accredit the song to the slaves then because it was so different to the kind of music way the Whitman sing. So if you imagine, say these guys were lamenting on the boats, then they cry, then begin sing because then they on some faraway journey. It's cold in the middle of the ocean, so then they take them for comfort themselves, for keep themselves together in the bowels of the ship where they cross the Atlantic. Not like a Naui for Comots, Saloon or west coast of Africa for car Europe na 4, 5, 6 hour journey. It used to take weeks. And if you imagine, we all see the picture how them dress the slaves in those days. So imagine how them feel, now so them put them into the music the way them sing. So if any of them don't know Amazing Grace, on Google them and on go possibly understand. Anyway, this slave master became one of the great abolitionists of the slave trade. But the song is accredited to him. But now we people don't really look at now. They don't think, say, he must have got it from our people. And then, as we say, if we not value him, if we not keep him, somebody else go adopt him, and then we'll pay a lot of money for it. Yeah, I want to talk about Andy. Before we wrap up, I get me last word, or you want me to talk now, T-Boy? Or Yusuf?
Go ahead and talk now.
Okay, so tomorrow is the Day of the African Child. If una we know the history of it started with the children of Soweto. They came out to protest, say them want make them teach them in their own language. They want learn in their own language. That's how it started. See now, this was I think in 1978 or 1968. I don't remember the year.
78.
1978. Then this happened. So they end up a lot of them lost their life, but they came out to protest, say they want me then teach them in their own language. So again, going by what Usifu said just now, it is important to learn them now we own culture for make we able understand them and possibly able apply them to the environment. Because if we learn within foreign to we all the time, we will end up leaving our environment because we to go learn not important, or we not see which environment to get important enough to which we don't go learn. So thank you, Yusuf, for today. You make I enjoy. But last before I go, I be no shake me tick, I be no all T-Boy are making video freeze, so I want to make it big me because the next two I get for go funny. So if you know big, una big for because I don't begin shake me tick back.
I don't say make you not call me T-Boy again. So Yusuf, the first person they begin find our Femi. You don't forget my name, say me now Mufasa. For this show, I am Mufasa. Mufasa.
King Mufasa.
Thank you. Don't call me T-Boy for this show. Call me Mufasa. And Juma, they remind you back again. Because tomorrow, I only come again if I to me to Mufasa. T-Boy, now for the other show then. But this show, Mufasa. Famous you want to.
And I get the meal answer. Well, I've been waiting for 2 weeks, but I the give now. And make T-Boy know say I'm a proper Sierra Leonean. Not so because me not create me you can fit me. This show now one impet. Yeri, this show will do so today now one impet. It's a bit consistent, T-Boy.
I bet you the son number one impet. You know that's not one impet, sir. But you go definitely know the meaning of one impet. I dey bite you back.
When we get considered for discuss the whole thing with language, it will be so interesting because
let me tell you what's the meaning of one in bits. Tell me, what's that?
Fambulen, this boy don't did Fitiami today. He don't did Fitiami today. You forget say I was there when we created it. I actually spoke it in English and they helped me translate it into Creole, not into Timini, sorry. So I was part of that sentence day. We had a TV program in Sierra Leone and we've been looking for a slogan. And that was our slogan. So as I say, this show is one in pate. It's one of a kind. So T-boy, babuya yo.
That's not the meaning of one in pate. I know something go say. Not Timini word. And the Timini word say one. You know in a one? One derba. Na man come. Man, one na man. Na they call one. One. Anges na moi. Man. What's in your name?
You can't talk bad Timini now. I go sabi. Eh.
Hold on.
That Timini dem una comonado. Una comonado. Una comonado. Timini bon show una cam.
Pets na town. So one in pets na man inside town.
Yeah.
One in a kind, man inside town.
Man inside town.
So you try for talk about the bluff man.
Thank you.
The bluff man inside the bongo man.
That's the man.
But you know what we talk so? This thing gets me more excited. When you don't talk about man so. When you go to Timini country,
one in pets.
All the young man then at the area, then get foreign name them.
Thank you.
You know Bob Marley, you know Showboy, you know. Am I lying? Every village gets Showboy, Bob Marley, Ajasco. They all get nicknames them inside the Bob scene, Meadow Bob scene, you know.
No, on a very serious note, I think the essence of the culture so is paramount, extremely paramount, because just within this shortest period of time, although we don't focus on any specific topic as such, but what in all we don't discuss so, it's just an opener of the beginning of the first show, where it starts in about a week's time from next week, Tuesday, where we begin with languages. I don't say languages now one of the things that we want to focus on first, because that's how you start communication, language and the means of language and how you use them for communicate, for make everybody be able to understand you. And the reason why we need to dwell too much into the English language of this particular show in style, now because we want to use the actual words them. We know say we can forget mixed audience at some point, but we want to keep them purely traditional, wherein if we get the elements of people talking different languages when a language they start with for next week after, then we for begin break certain things then down so good for understand the different kind of languages that we Salon get. I don't say Salon big, but there are certain languages that we don't totally forget say they exist in Salon. So as we assignment for next week's show or next week after show, now for like we identify all the various different languages we get in Salon. And an element of that introduction of those languages will get for use na the platform for start the show. Hopefully, we'll be able to talk about all the languages that we'll get. But now just some of the elements that they will make us feel to say the culture show is very paramount. We don't talk about cultures all these years in our life. Talk about the different cultures they're within a salon, how it affects we, how it cross interrelated to every other tribes in a salon. But we still they miss the value of why we for know we culture. We culture and the value of we culture is not to differentiate us. It's just to respect and value each other's. So we know the essence of why Mende man they say this, Timni man they say this, Kono man they say this, Soso man they say this, Gizi man they say this. We therefore embrace every culture as civilians. Then that will make a difference. I know say Fulani are the third biggest tribe in Sierra Leone right now. That's not something of we will not even imagine. But guess what? It means the community they grow. And when the community grow, it doesn't only grow in numbers, but it grows in diversity. Because 10, 15 years ago, you never ever see Fulaman married to another tribe. But the culture and the tribe don't grow so much that it don't encourage cross marriages, cross relationships. Because at the end of the day, again, you will see Creole people and they struggle for married other side. Maringos, every tribe in Sierra Leone will struggle for married other different tribe because they say like
married all inside it.
Exactly. So basically, for the fact say the cultures then they grow, the communities they grow, it they give we allowance for make we able for we reach out to different people and who they either go school with, work with, or hang out with as friends. So that's the advantage and the benefit of make we know what are the value of each and every one culture. So when we get involved, I will respect the fact say, oh, this man they allow me to whistle na host because now this is not the reason for in culture me they whistle na host. So we go value that. If you gonna somebody in host, you say no wear shoes kind side, you go see the value of why make it talk say no wear shoes kind side me host. So you therefore respect that culture there. So that's the reason why we think the culture show is very important and it's paramount to every Sierra Leonean. So we go able for embrace what we get and we put value to them and we go able for no say we picking and self get for learn some of these values. But I go to Usifu Jalloh and come to Juma. Usifu, today are the only day way I spearhead this pioneer for you. But after today, I go turn Juma for you. Juma just going to say no more. Over to you, T-Boy. So see you have to say. So today, now I'm your own privilege.
Like you don't call it T-Boy.
Yes, from outside, T-Boy. But Usifu, mind you, after next week where they can't take control of your show, or call me T-Boy Mufasa. Over to you.
Yeah, Mr. Make sure so now they call me Koto Juma, please.
Yeah, well, I mean, one can get title now so far.
No, when I add Koto there before Koto Juma. I not add Koto. I
but why you not a Koto now?
Me not Koto.
Well, you not Koto for who you not Koto for one now?
Well, it depending on how you look at it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will let you. No,
Indo.
One in page for me. One in page for me.
One in page for me.
Guys, look, I've had so much fun doing this show. Just this introduction, I've had so much fun. And I hope una all with the listen, una self don't get a lot of fun and do enjoy the show. And like I say, I promise una, this gets to be a very fun educational show and deliberately fun, so that we go learn. And as we all don't say earlier on, when I asked one of the reasons then why make we use music and rhythm, it's because we're able to open up with emotion, and that way we're able to learn better, we're more relaxed, and so on. We're able to take information better. Now, I want to just quickly remind you now before we close the show, for remind you now, say, we get for do mind your language. Mind your language. Or make you learn a sentence or two from another language where you know one day they talk. You know one day to find somebody inside your community who will teach you a sentence or two of from that language. It's important. Sierra Leone, they are at a critical position right now. Really critical position. Rusai, and I will say this very boldly, we already done lost 7 generations. Now, some people will say, I was a 7 generations. I mean, we lost 7 generations. Yes. Then one day from the 60s, when I see from Miltimagai and time, right through to the one then to the war, and immediately after the war, all that, we don't lost all. What I mean is that that's a generation we don't see regression in our culture. Don't see regression in many, many ways. Few, but we were lucky. We escape, come abroad, or go other side, or lucky we come up from privileged families, we manage for day in certain positions. But even at that, when it comes to the aspect of culture, we don't lose out. And one of the evidence of that, now the rate at which we know the talk with language, we indigenous languages then. And if you now want to believe me again, or if you now want to believe me or prove me wrong, we go to a museum na Sierra Leone. Let us go see the size of we museum, and let us see what's in the inside we museum. We museum is so kenkeni. If a piece now one end, the piece, if it's younger enough, it reach the other end. Now that's how small we museum be. We need to understand and say this. And it sounds like a joke, but I just want to put the point across how important this be. I don't go to other countries and museum them. I don't see what in on keep of the heritage there. I don't see the kind of investment within the put inside the heritage. So this show important for we all. For make we begin save generations, what we go call 3 levels deep. That's what we call them. 3 generations deep. That's the importance of this show. So that we begin learn and begin teach with grandpicking them. Because plenty per we don't picking them. Then don't miss out in terms of culture. Plenty. I don't say all, but plenty, they already miss out. Especially if we're born in the diaspora. Few of we don't put in the effort. But still, plenty they will be picking them for land in essence we they not get. We they need for land. Plenty people will take with picking themselves go Sierra Leone. We not go upline. We okay with picking them na free tongue no more rec. And plenty will then tap na free tongue, na show insurance. They inside motoka, then go na beach, then go eat ice cream, then come back. Almost power will carry with picking go. We go make them dance jolly. Right. We'll not even see jolly self right now. You understand? But that's not part of the culture. Almost power will carry with picking them, will carry them, let them go fishing. Let them go play, let them go na farm. You understand? Let them go Gudaba, what in Libaman called Gudaba, that of big hole. Let them go na farm. Let them just go experience that. Plenty that will not do that. Plenty do not do that. So important, let we begin to go back this way and change the kind of thinking. If Chinese man then they come na Sierra Leone, then get mind for tactic. If they want to tell your brother, I want chuka. There's a reason why. Because the Chinese man knows say in cultural backbone strong. I make it do that. If they look we see say bona na nothing, no not get nothing at all. And that's they see. Because that Chinese man they crazy do that one day to American man or Englishman or Indian man. No crazy. But they do want to be. And the key reason is because we know they take care of the soil. Make we begin for land for take care of the soil. The aim for this show now for take we back to the soil. They will connect from that soil and feed from the richness of the cultural soil. That's the essence of the issue. Well, with that, I go wrap up for Yaso, and I just want to say to Una, me phrase again for this show. Kapu says, no Kapu word. If Nadande will get 4, I want to put my last sing for me people and tell them bye-bye. T-Boy, on mute.
Looking for wrap up, so we can come to Yusuf and then we can close the show. Juma, you doing this, guys?
Oh, because we know what you say before we just say wrap up.
No, I don't know if you want to say something for wrap up before.
Oh yeah, I just said thank you so much, and it's been a honor and a privilege as always for day with the Cow Footprints, and I'm definitely sure say it will be a learning process. It's a journey, and we all will be part of this cultural train for go from pillar to post, like how the King Mascot can say from coast to coast. Now, Salone, we will reach all sides. We will touch all sides. We must learn one new thing about Salone culture, about Salone heritage, and about Salone history, where we will benefit from and we will pass to generations. Because if you remember, when they talk about slavery, a lot of people trace their roots back to Sierra Leone through what? Just like how Usifu say, a song. Because them be there, they were oppressed, and all them say they communicate. That song, some of them not even know the meaning. But just because of that song where they hear it connects and somebody else say, wow, then we don't sing this thing to me in a salon. Yeah. Okay, go salon, go find the village, then go then connect. So let's remember that, say, we culture important, and we get for pass them on. Since most of it we're not able for right time, narrate to get for narrate time. So now make them they put on through song because song now something way will forget easily. Food we all they eat, but some of the eat them. Imagine almost per week where they spend money for diet, for eat what you call vegan stuff, organic this and that. Almost of them organic food then they get a salon, but they look as now them poor man food bowl. That pepper soup you go just eat, we not get granite, you not get pamine, what you call but you still eat a bell full, you go, you don't sleep, but you look down on them, but you don't say that the healthy one down, the healthy pepper, the healthy soup down the way they eat, you still enjoy. So all of those things we will learn. Almost snack then they way healthy for way good for we. What would they ignore? Almost fruits then they what not they eat, we say no na one fruit. The jelly, what would they go, one drink jelly water. Almost per we know how then they go pick jelly. There's so a lot there for learn in this process. I'm happy about it. And I just want to say congratulations to Leon Stars for winning a match today. And Yusuf will say something where it connects with food naya and it connects with a country. Where he say the Chinese man take tiki one fish in brother. You understand? Spear one for boss in Bel-Air with color. So somebody right now Facebook Kwame Paddy make and fun. He said if we can beat China, waiting a Benny will not go beat. Benny, can you imagine? If we can beat China, and China 1 billion Chinese they'll beat them. Waiting a Benny. Ordinary Benny they beat to put na casada, who put na dry rice. We eat to enjoy. Almost not, baby. So on that note, I want to say thank you so much. I look forward to the culture show. And we'll go there tomorrow here with Tuna on, the Day of the African Child. It's going to be another interesting program. Thank you. Good night from my own side.
All right. Thank you very much, Koto Juma, for this lovely message you don't bring out to me. Like we always know, say this show na collaborative show, but the cow foods na get the show. We really can't hang them, but they can't catch. As usual, we can look for catch around. But while I could remember say the English cow foods, say now 2-hour show. So a big beer, only come in 2 weeks time. We could not fit this, so just want for watch the show my Donham. So I have to keep them as tight as 2 hours. So I would like to say thank you to all the viewers on Facebook and thank you to all the viewers on YouTube. And let we continue for sending the chat messages and ask the question and make we own contribution towards the show because it's not everybody's show. Una already in the chat, una already watch live, una already in YouTube, una already watch live. We get for participate. If there is something that you want to ask, please ask it. If there is something you have to contribute towards, make a contribution. We'll get to you contribution. And we'll forget time to go to the charts and say everything everybody don't say. Or in real time, we'll go straight into the charts and come out if we talk about anything specific we make reference to. So the next show they get on the culture show, we'll talk about languages. So they start with languages, because one of the key parts of we culture, and they look to see how we get for embrace them and what it means to all of us. So I will say thank you once more to everyone and thank you for your participation. We've been supposed to do the football analysis show today where Leon Star don't qualify for the African Nations Cup for the third time. As we say on the previous football show, we get Sarah Jane Media, they go. If we qualify, that word we will stand by. Whether accreditation or not, we will be in Cameroon 2022 in January. So definitely we get to make sure say we'll be part of the African Nations Cup tournament we Salon they take part only for the third time live. With Sarah Jane Media, we will get for dinner at the ground. So we want to congratulate the team and we want to say thank you to them for all the hardship they go through, but still able for make them for go through this final stage for make them qualify. We say thank you to the coaches, thank you to the technical team, and thank you to everybody who play a part for make this happen. We bring come history and we won't forget the joyful of we history them, not to the negative part of we history them. It is a collective work, and if we think collectively, Salon will be the place we will all go back and be part of. So I want to say thank you to Femi, thank you to Koto Juma, thank you to Wanimpet. Sorry, I call you Femi. Thank you to Koto Juma, and thank you to the Cow Food Prince and myself now, so Mufasa. They say thank you to everybody. But I will left for now with the Cow Food Prince for giving the final goodbye of the show. When at the culture show, we will come back in the next 2 weeks with languages. Over to you, the Cowfoot Prince, Usifu Jalloh.
Hey, hey, oh me people them, now go we they go so. We hope say una go and think about una culture. Now pass who they pass we come ourself a do, but we will see una don't see those so we have to go. Oh oh, we at school. Oh now go we they go so. We at school. Now go we they go so. Oh, hey, oh, we people them. We glad for see you now. We know we no say una si don yadi wait for we. Na pass the pass we come ourself a do, but we will see you una don't see don't so we are. Oh oh, we don't go. Good night. Good night.
So thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Usifu Jalloh, and definitely we will see you now tomorrow with the Day of the African Child show, and we will see you now Thursday with the health show, and then we might come back again tomorrow with a football analysis of the European Championship with the go ahead. There we can get an opportunity for talk about the Salon game we played today when we couldn't go through to the African Nations Cup 2022. So thank you once more, and we see you now tomorrow for another engaging evening. So good night and celebrate well. Remember, say COVID still there. Thank you.
Transform Freetown, our city. Okay, let's go. Undeveloped city, then clean. All clean city develop. If it's a way dirty, not it go add so make we city develop.
Freetown City Council, they work for you. Pay your business license now or before June 30 this year. And your property rate now or before September 30 this year. For make you not pay late fine. Make we work hand in hand for make Freetown better for we all. Join we on this journey for transform Freetown. Make sure say you go straight na City Council building 17 Wallace Johnson Street, Freetown for pay you city rate and business license, or you can go na the approved bank partner them. If you get any question, one book appointment, or no receive you demand notice yet, call the number here. Then go answer all your query. 078 333 000, 088 333 000, 034 333 000.
Yes, this na term for all Salon people and them party them. Sarah Gem Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports, and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy, and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get bebe program then like salon discussion, meet the ministers, the president's hour and the gladi program. Look me, I look you. All this they start soon na www.sarahjmedia.org. Now who's term these?
The total population of Sierra Leone in 2019 was stated approximately at 7.8 million. And the most common cancer reported in 2018 was breast cancer, with an incidence rate of 25.1% and a mortality rate of 19.2%. Ward 2 at the Connaught Hospital, Freetown, is a female surgical ward that cares for patients requiring breast surgery, chemotherapy, and palliative care. General surgery also admits to the ward as see fit. The ward is in need of a significant refurbishment and has a major impact on patient assessment and delivery of treatment, dignity, comfort, and infection control measures. The current ward area presents a significant challenge to infection control. There is no fit for purpose or adequate personal hygiene facilities. The showers and sanitary areas are in poor condition and are difficult to clean. The flooring is deteriorated. Overall decor and fabric of the walls need repair and full decoration. Furniture, cupboards, and shelving require replacement. The sluice, known to be the dirty utility room, is in poor condition and needs replacing. Windows need to be replaced as current windows bring in draughts, dust, debris, mosquitoes, and rodents. There is no designated area to provide a day service for patients receiving chemotherapy. Medical supplies is desperately needed. Therefore, we need a total amount of £15,000, which is equivalent to 195 million leones, for this project. This project will focus on women diagnosed with breast cancer and other non-malignant breast abnormalities requiring one or more of the treatment modalities that are currently available. We will also set up a day unit for the administration of chemotherapy and provide training and development to ensure sustainability. Therefore, I am pleading to all individuals, organizations, and local businesses, and every Sierra Leonean and friends of Sierra Leone to make a meaningful contribution that will never go in vain. Ways to contribute will be seen at the end of this clip. I am Usifu Jalloh of the Health Show Partnership Program. Remember, your health is your wealth.
When I was young, a lot of things were different. Unfortunately, most of the differences seen now are heartbreaking and are not good at all.
Before now, men were strong protectors of the weak, fathers, brothers, lovers, sons. Their mere presence guaranteed the safety of women and children.
But what do we do now?
Men harassing and raping women.
Men sexually abuse little girls.
Men battering and killing their wives.
Any form of sexual assault, be it rape, sexual abuse, or pedophilia, is a killer to human self-esteem.
Women should stop dying in silence. Speak now.
The rapist should be stigmatized, not the victim.
I think death sentence should be the consequence of such terrible acts.
And you mothers,
Build confidence in your children, put trust in them, listen to them when they make reports, and take necessary actions.
Talking of mothers before now, women were virtuous.
They were mothers, daughters, and sisters.
Nurturing, counseling, supporting their men folks.
But now, women are trafficking female children for money. Women are forced to be silenced.
All this must stop, and it must stop now.
Real men do not abuse, rape, or molest women and children. It is barbaric, unacceptable.
Let all real men stand with us.
Together, let's say an emphatic no to rape, sexual abuse, pedophilia, and domestic violence.
I was raped multiple times by my aunt's boyfriend when I was 6.
I was repeatedly raped at the age of 8 by a close family member.
I was raped at 19. I didn't speak openly about it because I was ashamed and afraid that people would judge me.
I was raped at age 5 by my caregiver's husband.
On June 17th, 2020, 5-year-old Khadija Sakho, a beautiful little girl from Freetown, Sierra Leone, was repeatedly raped and strangled to death, allegedly by her own cousin. Her death shocked the nation. But in truth, in this small West African country, 9 out of 10 girls experience some form of sexual violence in their lifetime. Think about that for a second. 9 out of 10. That's 90%. My name is Aisha Sase. I'm a journalist and activist. I'm joining forces with Idris Elba and other activists from across Sierra Leone to support the survivors of sexual violence with the Survivors Solidarity Fund. Please consider donating whatever you can afford. All monies raised will go to 4 local organizations currently providing free medical and legal services to survivors. 5-year-old Khadija lost her life to sexual violence. That same threat remains for millions of others. So this is also a call for you to use your voice, your power, to draw attention to an enduring culture of rape. Together, we must end it now. My name is Aisha Sase. I am Khadija Sakho.
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 We are Khadija Sakho.
We are all Khadija Sakho.
I was raped multiple times by my aunt's boyfriend when I was 6.
I was repeatedly raped at the age of 8 by a close family member.
I was raped